Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on Monday, March 27th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect cloudy skies with a high of 78. Coming up on OTB, we have a new edition of Weekend Winners at 8 a.m., and we talk to Hold the Mayo at 9:15 for a new edition of Spreadlines. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the U Club, starts now.
Let me go.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB kicking off a brand new week, final week of the month of March, and we hope you are spending it with us here on Off the Bench. Now, we are here for the third time this month, Jake, on location at U Club. It's great. It's a wonderful weather day, already warm. No worry about the fellas freezing out today, and we are here for one of my favorite causes, okay, and that is Dreams Come True of Louisiana. Throughout the show, I'll be giving you ways that you can get involved, ways that you can donate. But here at the onset, let me lay out exactly what Dreams Come True is, Jake. This is a Louisiana organization to benefit Louisiana children who are having to go through the toughest challenges in life, right? So you probably know about, like, Make-A-Wish. It's kind of the national brand of this. This is the Louisiana version, where all the money given stays right here in state to help fund Louisiana kids and their families making their dreams come true. It's an incredible organization working for the years. We had the auction last night. Shout out Walk-Ons having it at the corporate office there, lubing everybody up with some alcohol and basketball shots and everything. And then a great auction where a lot of money was raised. Thank you to everybody who donated. But a lot of money was raised to fund these dreams. And Jake, I've met a bunch of the families through the years. I mean, my guy Charles, who was the guest of honor last night, thankfully, he is in remission. He's kicking ass. He's about to be 15 years old. But him and his dad are getting to go to the U.S. Open in Los Angeles this summer for round 2. And then they're getting to go to Disneyland and Universal. So, again, it's an incredible organization. We're here on behalf of Dreams Come True. Now, let's get into it, though, dude, because it was a massive sporting weekend. And here on this Monday, Jake, we got winners only. Okay, because everybody won. If you're listening to this show, unless you're one of the Alabama fans, hate listening, stick around. Or some of our other disparate SEC fans who come and hang out with us here in enemy territory every day. But chances are, if you listen to this show, everybody you liked won this weekend, okay? March Madness fans, winners, simply because the insanity of the tournament, right? First time since 1970, you got 3 teams making their first Final Four appearance. All those crazy numbers, we'll get to it. Softball fans, huge winners. After losing their 4th SEC game in a row to Ole Miss on Friday, it was looking sketchy as hell. What did the team do? They come back, they win 2-0, 3-1. They take the series on the road in Oxford. Baseball, what more can I say about baseball? Damn. Tommy Tanks, Dylan Cruz, everybody getting it done. Backs against the wall, right? Skeens as magnificent as ever. Throw Chase Shores in the deep end, and you waste a couple of great performances. Tensions were high. But, Jake, it was a classic situation. Go watch Fast and the Furious 1. Arkansas blew their nos too early. They used up all their arms too soon, rookie. And next thing you know, the bats came roaring back. Yeah. And on Saturday, the Tigers take 2 to take the series. What about basketball fans in the state? Okay, the New Orleans Pelicans have now won 4 in a row. They're the A seed. As we sit here on this Monday, Mario's cracking jokes. He doesn't look like he's on the verge of tears. He's got energy. He's happy. He's feeling good. And then Kim freaking Mulkey and the LSU Tiger basketball team. Year 2, and LSU finds himself back in the Final Four. Unreal how automatic this is. First time since 2008. Angel Reese with her 32nd double-double of the year, an SEC record. This team finding ways to win, getting it done defensively. Doesn't matter if you only shoot 30% when you hold the opponent to 32. There's just so much good to celebrate, Jake. It was truly a winners-only weekend, man.
It was, T-Bob. That was a lot because we had to get out a lot because there was a lot of winners, like you said, and can't wait to get to baseball. That was so much fun to see them lose that first game, but just will themselves and just go out there and dominate those second 2 games, and we'll get to the Pelicans and all that. But obviously, like, the main story is going to be the women going to the Final Four. It was something that we were hoping that they could make it farther than they did a year ago because Coach Mulkey tells us every single Tuesday, look, we want to build this. This is a process. And, last year we got started. This year, let's be a little bit better. And now they're much better. I mean, they're in the Final Four. And you're right. Like, they didn't shoot well, but they're finding ways to win the game. That's what's most impressive. Like, Miami, if I'm not mistaken, they didn't make a 3 the entire game.
No, it was a combined 1 of 27 for the two sides from 3. Now, hashtag Deflategate. Coach Mulkey did say after the game in the postgame that Alexis Morris and her players kept basically complaining about the balls being overinflated and basically said that she thinks she sees the same thing in the main game where these balls are overinflated and so they're kind of clanging around everywhere. I don't know how true that is, but
can we get a PSI check?
Yeah, we need a PSI check. Absolutely. Yeah. It's the only way to solve it, okay? But no, I mean, yes, Jake, like you're absolutely it was the same thing two games ago against Michigan where both teams shot 35%. Like, it's all about, and the players said this in the postgame, controlling the controllables, right? What can you control? You can't always control that if your shot is falling or not. So what are you going to do? You got to play great defense. You got to get after it on the board. You got to execute, and that's exactly what this team did.
They did, and then you look at, having that situation, sometimes you can try to force things. You can try to maybe play outside yourselves. Really, the last 3 games, Michigan, Utah, and Miami, they've kind of had to do it maybe a different way than they've done it in the past. So that's what's going to be most impressive. But the run that they've been on, getting to that Final Four, having an opportunity to make it to a national championship game, because now our listeners in the chat, they're way, way better historians than we are. When I was in school, LSU went to the Final Four every single year, but did they win a game in the Final Four in that run?
I don't think
they did.
so. So in 2008, that was the last year they went, and I thought it was pretty interesting to read that they lost that game 47-46 to Tennessee, who ended up winning the Natty. So they were right on the edge of it there last time out in 08. And look, obviously, if we just project forward, like, okay, South Carolina could beat maybe whoever by 20. We'll see. I'm excited to see South Carolina versus Caitlin Clark, certainly, whenever that gets made official. But I don't know that it matters, right? You hang banners for Final Fours, you get rings for Final Fours. In a way, they're almost like a championship unto themselves, and especially in the context for LSU being year 2, where the entire goal was to recapture the glories of the past and to be this far ahead of schedule. And something that we don't really appreciate, man, 9 new pieces this year. Not 9 new pieces, 9 new pieces this year alone. And you want to talk about doing a good job of coaching, getting all those personalities to buy in, to gel, to have chemistry, create success on the court. It's next to impossible. And ultimately, Jake, look, man, as a college athlete, when people ask you about your coach, right, I can sense, I can read in between the lines and see, okay, do they actually respect and like this person? Do they not? Are they going through the motions on the answer? Or are they going out of their way to give their coach credit, even sometimes when unprompted? And the amount of times, I mean, just look at Alexis Morris' story where Kim Mulkey kicks her off the team at Baylor, makes her go find her fortune elsewhere, and she still comes back. And then Angel Reese basically kept just talking about how, it's Coach Mulkey. It's Coach Mulkey. It's everything she taught us this year. We bought in. It's paid immediate dividends. And so that was maybe one of the most impressive parts to me, is that sometimes these coaches can take on these huge, larger-than-life kind of narratives and stories, and they're maybe not actually as good of a coach as the public appears, but Coach Mulkey's players are telling you that, no, she is every bit the legend that her resume would have dictated. And now, as always throughout her career, the results are telling the story. As in year 2, LSU's back in the Final Four. And there has just been a resurgence in this city and in this state around women's basketball. And it's been very interesting to watch, a lot of the younger women younger girls rolling around in my neighborhood and everything now. Like they want to play basketball all the time. They're talking about going to Coach Mulkey's basketball camp. There has been an awakening, and Angel Reese, Coach Mulkey, this Tiger team has been at the center of that awakening.
Yeah, now you await the winner of Virginia Tech and Ohio State. And
we owe you Ohio State.
Yeah, we do from last year.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. My mind went to like football immediately. I mean, wait, we got them. We got them. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we're good.
But no, you're right. They knocked us out of the tournament last year. So we historians in the chat, they always help us out here. Men or women have never won a Final Four game.
Oh wow. Okay. So made
again,
it a few
like
times.
the women's team went 5 years in a row.
Yeah.
Really good teams. I mean, Simone and Sylvia, like some of the best college basketball players of all time. I mean, right? I mean, their jerseys, they're up in the rafters there, and you weren't able to get that done. So getting to the championship game would be another step, like we're talking about, in a direction that you've never been before.
Yeah, I just love it, too, that, this is an LSU team that it feels like a lot of the national talking heads went out of their way to kind of, you could say disrespect or whatever, but I guess like
almost didn't believe it.
Maybe discredit.
I'd say
yeah, exactly. Like LSU was held up to be a bit of a mirage. Like, okay, yeah, the record's nice, but it's the SEC. Sure, they're ahead of schedule, but look how far they are from South Carolina. And it just felt like everything was hand-waved away to the point where you lose one game in a conference tournament to a Tennessee team, and all of a sudden you're knocked down, what I think was like 5 or 6 spots in the polls.
You go from 3 to 9.
Yeah. You go from a 2 seed to a 3 seed. Like, there was just a lot of latent disrespect shown towards this LSU team, and they just proved everybody wrong. It said, you know what, no. It kind of reminds me of Florida Atlantic on the men's side, where it's like all those wins were not for nothing. Okay? No, we did go an entire season only losing to South Carolina for a reason, and that's because this is one of the best 4 basketball teams in the entire country.
And even like when you start talking about the best players, and there's some players like Boston, South Carolina, Caitlin Clark at Iowa, like they deserve to be talked about, no question about it, T-Bob. But you also, like, Angel Reese needs to be in that discussion. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But she never did. From a national point, like we would have women's basketball experts on off campus, and they would always throw out. And look, again, they should throw out those names, but they would never include Angel Reese. And I'm like,
really? See, that's crazy.
Hey, let's talk about this. And I never want to try to be the LSU guy, but I'm like, no, this is too much disrespect. I got to throw her name in here. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's because they didn't believe in LSU, like we're talking about. If it was like, oh, they'll just phase out. They lost in the second round last year. They got to go prove it. Well, now they've proven it, and now you better be put on notice, because this is a team that has a star, and as we know, stars take over in tournament situations, and the sky is the limit. Is South Carolina unbeatable? They're not. Are they damn good? Absolutely they are. But they can't. Ole Miss took them to overtime. You got to have that belief. You got to win this game against Virginia Tech or Ohio State and believe that you can be the team that beats South Carolina.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say they're unbeatable. Yes. That's kind of maybe where my head was at a bit. But, shout out to the Bayou Barbie, man. She's been incredible. Now, like you said, stars taking over. Caitlin Clark did have a 41-point triple-double.
She did.
She scored 1 less point than the entire Miami team did against the Tigers. So she will be in weekend winners. But, again, the ultimate winners, and a weekend full of them, is the LSU women's basketball team as they find their way back to the most coveted place to be in the entire sport. The promises made, promises delivered from Coach Mulkey, and how an increasingly rare feat nowadays when constantly we're being told, politicians are giving all these great sounding ideas that never come to fruition. Coach Mulkey told you what she was going to do, and she done it, boys. Congratulations to that entire team, man. working. None of that happens without just an unreal amount of hard work. All right, Jake. So obviously the world is our oyster with this show. Where do you want to go next? Do you want to jump straight into baseball? We got March Madness on the men's side, which is no local angle, so I'm thinking maybe we hold off on March Madness for a bit. What are you feeling?
Say that again. Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm wondering because look, like the world's our oyster.
Mrs. called. I'm like, oh god.
We have look, when you're that deep and you get a call, that deep in a pregnancy, you get a call from the wife. It cannot be ignored. No, look, we have a million things that we could talk about. I think, do you want to go baseball next, I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, because we'll keep it local, and then we get to March Madness and the insanity of the men's side of the bracket a bit later on. But keep it locked right here on Off the Bench, youtube.com/1045 ESPN.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
225-206-1517. 225-206-1517. That is the number for Thomas. Email, that's his cell phone number. Thomas is going to be your Riverlands insurance agent, okay? Riverlands Insurance, one of the fastest-growing insurance companies in the entirety of the South. It is right here in Louisiana. It understands the specific needs of Louisiana when it comes to the insurance game, which obviously between our climate, flood, everything else, it can be a bit different. And I don't care what kind of insurance you need, okay? If you need just simple like car insurance, your home insurance probably rolled right into your mortgage. If you're a business owner, maybe you got a kid that's about to drive, maybe your business has vehicles, like anything and everything, they got you over there at Riverland. You call 225-206-1517. Let Thomas and Megan Email do the shopping for you, and they're going to come back. They're going to put savings in front of your face. They're going to put the coverage that you need in front of your face. Riverlands Insurance, 225-206-1517.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $10,000 off new 2022 Jeep Gladiators and $8,000 off new 23 Jeep Grand Cherokees. All new Bayou automotive vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money. And
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Monday's AFR, presented by Relief Windows. We'll recap the LSU weekend series against Arkansas, and the football Tigers have a big weekend out on the practice field. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. T-Bob Jake hanging out with you, man, here at U Club. We're here for the Dreams Come True tournament. Dreams Come True, an organization which provides Louisiana dreams for kids who are battling life-threatening situations. And so, you know, it's been everything. There's a great story about a wonderful new dog that was given as a dream, you know, all the classic trips to Disney and everything else. My guy Charles, who's the guest of honor at last night's auction, is going to the U.S. Open with his father a bit later on, and him and his little brother's getting to go to Disneyland out in California as well as Universal. So remember, Dreams Come True works for Louisiana kids, okay? It is a Louisiana-based charity. All the money you give stays right here in the boot to help out Louisiana kids. And shout out to my guy Jim Nickel, Jake, as this weekend, I can't believe I missed, and he texted me before the show.
A lot of winners.
So it would have been perfect for, like, it's funny we were simpatico here because the whole theme of the first segment was winners, right? Well, I missed this. David Toms, when they won a senior PGA Tour tournament this weekend.
31 great.
Sam Burns wins World Golf Championship match play.
31 great.
And Ingrid Lindblad wins the Clemson Invitational.
Not 3-1 great, but still great.
Sweden, I think.
But still great.
Maybe.
I think so. Still great, though.
Either way, dude.
When we used to do headlines, she was on it every day.
Yeah, I know. That's the only thing that I kind of miss about headlines is I don't give the shine to some of the other sports that they used to get, but whatever. That's a just different thought for another day. But yeah, but it was really even a more dominant weekend than I led y'all to believe in segment number one. Now let's talk about what again, Jake, is my favorite thing going on in sports right now. It's just SEC baseball conference play, and specifically this LSU Tiger baseball team, who they're just so much fun to watch, man. And this weekend was no different. Now I know it was a little scary. I mean, you come out Friday night, you get the game gets moved to noon. How's Skeen's going to do? He does incredibly well. Classic 7 innings pitch to only 2 hits, giving up 1 earned run, 12 Ks to 3 walks. It's exactly what Paul Skeen's done all year long. By the way, Arkansas, a top 5 team in the entire nation, but you couldn't get the bats going. I mean, credit to Hunter Hollins, the lefty. They made their Friday night guy here just recently, but we told you that if they had a slight lead, they were going, oh, why am I blanking? Oh, boy, the ace. He was a Friday night guy, and then he became the
Smith?
Yes, Hagen Smith. We told you last week that, Hagen Smith to the bullpen is a move where if they have a lead late, they're going to come try to slam the door shut with Hagen Smith. They do exactly that. And it was mixed with a bit of extra bitter disappointment on Friday as it blew open in the 10th, Jake. What could have been, LSU's bases loaded, doesn't capitalize. Next, Arkansas comes in, they put the game out of reach. And at that moment, it felt bad, right? Second SEC loss in a row.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like throwing your hands up like, oh, here we go again. Arkansas is just better than you. But I remember thinking, like, okay, the bottom line is they used up all their arms. Like, okay, Bats, you sucked on Friday. Bats, you're the reason why you lost on Friday. Great. You're going to have a chance to make up for it.
Yep.
And the Bats did just that. And probably nobody better implies that than Tommy Tanks, as he goes 0-5 on Friday. Struggled, probably his worst day at the plate all year long. And he comes back, combined 4 of 8 in the doubleheader on Saturday, culminating in a just alpha combination of pimping a 3-run shot, a big 3-run shot in Game 2, only then to be followed at the next at-bat with a massive automatic seeming grand slam. Take a bow, Tommy Tanks. Tigers take the series, and now you have stepped over Arkansas, remaining the number 1 team in the nation. 2 series wins so far. Let's go.
Yeah, so for Arkansas, their mindset was, okay, Game 1, right? If we beat Paul Skeens, who's been unbeatable, then we feel like we can get another game in this series.
Yes.
And so we're going to do everything we can on Friday. And like you laid out last week on the show, Hagen Smith was somebody that was going to come in to do just that. That's why, you make a move, and so you have this piece, and you try to win Friday, and then you try to steal a game somewhere else, and you felt like you had the advantage over maybe LSU's other pitchers. Well, you didn't, but that's what you felt like. And so, and look, if you're just box score watching, obviously, like, this game ended up 9-3, but it was an extra innings game, and they got away from you in extra. So it was a close game, and that's why Arkansas tried to play it like they did. So credit to the fellas and to Jay Johnson coming back, like you're saying, like you lose back-to-back SEC games, and you're like, oh boy,
yeah,
oh man, wait a minute, we're the number 1 team in the country. We're supposed to go out there. We're supposed to win these kind of close games or whatever. Well, they didn't let it affect them, because on Saturday and Sunday they might have played their best games to date this year. The stars showed up as well. So everything that we've been asking for LSU baseball, gosh, since what, 2018? Like, you had these hopes, you had these expectations. Like, this team has all of that. They live up to that. To lose a game like that, right, you want to see how they're going to respond. They respond like they did, and the starting pitching, the way that it responded after kind of being questioned last week in College Station.
Yeah.
I thought they lived up to it as well.
So I think that, I think that I really can't, and you say since 2018, Jake, I think it might have been since 2018 since you've taken a series from Arkansas. I mean, this team has swept you last week. I keep going back to the Jay Johnson quote from the other day where he was talking about, it was before the series, and he was just talking about how, look, Arkansas is better. Like, Arkansas has been better than us. I took this job to be the best. That requires beating these teams that have been better.
Yeah.
And so while LSU's still number 1, it's something they had not done in a while. And so to not panic after losing a game in which your top guy in Skeens put together a masterful performance, to not panic when Game 2 of that doubleheader on Saturday starts to go sideways a little bit with a lot of scoring early on from Arkansas, and to just continue to trust in yourself, your approach, your team, and win the game. It speaks to how deep, how relentless, and how mentally tough this Tiger baseball team is. Now, looking back on Friday, certainly the result is disappointing, but Skeens was awesome. And I thought Chase Shores was really impressive. I mean, units about getting thrown in the deep end.
Yeah.
That was all right for us. Let's go. And he was battling.
The good thing for him is his head would probably still be above water.
That's true. He could touch the bottom. He could definitely touch the bottom on his tippy toes.
Yes.
And I thought he was very successful. I thought Ty Floyd bouncing back on Saturday Game 1 was great. He gives you 6 1/3. It's exactly what we talked about. Just need deeper performance. Now, Thatcher Hurd on Sunday we can still talk about, but how about Garrett Edwards, man?
Yeah.
2 appearances on Saturday as he strikes out the final 2 batters in game number 1 before LSU pulls out the 10-run rule.
Yep.
To immediately walk it off. And Coach, there's a great story in Leah Van's piece where then Jay Johnson says, okay, hey, get ready. You're going to pitch again in this next game. So he ran over to football ops. He did a little cryotherapy, Jake. He took a little shower, got re-warmed up, and then he comes back the next game, 4 innings pitch, 0 earned runs, 6 Ks, 1 walk. Again, the exact calming influence in that middle portion of the game that LSU has needed him now 2 series in a row to secure those series wins. Shout out Garrett Edwards.
0.87 ERA.
Damn.
This year. He's pitched 20 innings, has 24 strikeouts. I mean, he has really been – I don't know if Jay knew it. I didn't know it, and he's been here a while, and you knew there was potential, and he's kind of dealt with some injuries and different things, but he has been as key as anyone outside of Paul Skeens on the mound for LSU. He's come in these situations, he's shut the door, he's given you whatever you needed from him. And this is somebody that is going to be a weapon for you. He's kind of that guy like, hey, our starter didn't get out of the third. Okay, well, we can put him in, and you feel like he can close the door. Wherever the team's at that point, he can close that door, give you an opportunity to win a game. Even, like you mentioned, closing out the early game, the game one on Saturday as well. So he has been, like I said, as crucial. I mean, when you look at innings pitched, I mean, obviously you have Thatcher Hurd at 23, you have Ty Floyd at 26, and Skeens at 30, but those have been your starters. Outside of that, he's got those 20 and 2/3 innings, and so
so he's got starter innings with that sub-1 ERA. That is pretty wild. I'm going to be interested to see what happens with Hurd on Sunday. Now Floyd, you know, after this performance, how could you not feel good about him as your day 2 guy? But Hurd hasn't. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. You have options this year. I mean, speaking of options, I love that like Cade Beloso comes in on Saturday game 2 and just kicks ass and goes 3-4. But Jake, it probably borders on radio malpractice that we did this entire segment and we haven't even talked about Dylan Cruz. And it's because Dylan Cruz has hit a level of consistency where it's just easy to start to be like, well, yeah, Dylan Cruz went 8 of 13 over the weekend because of course he did. He's still that's just like what he does. He's now on a 22-game hit streak. He has 3 more Cruz misses over the weekend, 7 ribbies in all. Even in the Friday night game where nobody could hit, Cruz goes 3 of 5. Trent Ritchie pointed out in the chat he's leading the country in batting average, on base percentage up to .531 and .658. He's leading in runs. He's second in slugging. This is a great stat from Trent Ritchie in the chat. If he went 0 for his next 60, he'd be hitting .304. Dylan Cruz is on another plane right now, and I want to debate this coming up next. Cody Worsham tweet had the people going over the weekend. Is Dylan Cruz having a Joe Burrow level season? Break it down next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Donaldsonville Glass and Body, man. DGBauto.com is the website. DGBauto.com. Donaldsonville Glass and Body is your one-stop shop for all your car needs, man. Tires, wheels, brakes, collision, anything, everything. It's all there at DG&B. Windshield repairs, that's actually how they got their start back in the day, and it's super simple, man. To get you in, get you out. If you need to get it right, you go to DGBauto.com, talk to Kenny Frederick about it right there in their text box. But it's again, Jake, it's top 24/7 emergency towing from our friends over there at Donaldsonville.
It is, and it is a one-stop shop, like T-Bob said, no matter what it is. I mean, obviously, like, if you have to get your car towed, that is a major situation, but it is glass repair, replacement. They have all the latest technology to be able to handle that. Something as small as oil changes, tire rotation, whatever, new tires, whatever it is, they have got you covered. That's why it can be a one-stop shop. Check them out online, DonaldsonvilleGlassandBody.com, DGBauto.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off MSRP on select new 2022 Ford F-150 trucks. $10,000 off plus 0% financing. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. always.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team.
Monday edition of Game Time from Finbom and Burbank and Lee. We'll know who the Final Four is set. We'll recap all of the weekend's actions. Game Time from Finbom, Monday, 6 to 8 p.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
I see your teeth flash, Jamaican honey so sweet. Down by Lexington, cross 47th Street. Oh, she's a big girl, she's standing 6'3".
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
All right, because my booty computer's not working, I'm going to bring up the chat. And
you might be close to getting something new there,
yeah,
Bo.
no, I think so. I just have to complain about it enough to where I convince myself in my head that I'm going to. Okay, so Cody tweeted out that this week, and Cody Worsham, of course, tweeted out that he's running out of good things to say, and I'm paraphrasing here. He's running out of good things to say about Dylan Cruz, Jake, and that basically he invoked the most untouchable name as the kind of final thing that maybe you could say, when he said that the only thing he can kind of compare it to is what we witnessed out of Joe Burrow in 2019. And this was met with a lot of pushback, right? Because, well, Joe Burrow's a god. He's immortal. He finished the race. He achieved everything that you possibly could, and then some. And then one of the main things that I saw were people being like, okay, but where are the championships for Cruz? I'm looking for Cruz championship. But here's all I'll say, is that if you actually stop and think about it, and you don't react defensively, because nobody can ever be as good as Burrow, like, if you actually stop and think about, why isn't Dylan Cruz having a very similar year? I mean, Joe Burrow led the country in every category that he could, basically. Dylan Cruz is doing the exact same thing. He's a great leader. He's a great player in every single facet of the game. Offense, defense, doesn't matter. You know, as complete of players you'll possibly find. Even on the bad days, he's great. Friday, nobody got any hits. He goes 3 of 5. But more so than that, Joe Burrow didn't have his championship either.
Until he did.
Yeah. And so Cruz, like, we have to give Cruz that same opportunity. Right, like Burrow had his one incredible year, and he won a championship in that one incredible year. Dylan Cruz has had a similar rise where now he's on that incredible year, and the team is winning. And let's let this thing play out, because if he keeps this statistical output up and he does win a natty, then yeah, I think Worsham nailed it. I think that's a pretty apt comparison.
Well, I mean, what Dylan Cruz has done over the last couple of years, right? There's been a lead up to this year. I mean, last year he was co-SEC Player of the Year, and so it's not like he's coming out of nowhere. He certainly is somebody we've been watching since he got on campus, even before he got on campus. And, you know, Cody laid out in the tweet that he leads the nation in so many different categories, in average and on-base percentage and runs and second in slugging and OPS. And he also had the stat about if he went hitless in his 60 at-bats, he'd still be hitting over 300.
So these are all from Worsham originally. Okay, nice.
So, I mean, what he's doing, and like if you want to like start comparing, like is he on the same level? I mean, I kind of agree with you. Like he has that opportunity this year. Like you go win a championship with the numbers that he's putting up right now. I mean, second in batting average isn't even in the same neighborhood in the country as Dylan Cruz is right now. So he has that opportunity, and this is like LSU baseball, just like LSU football, but maybe even more so. Like LSU baseball's got legends of the game.
Yes,
like absolutely, like college baseball Hall of Famers all over the place. And if Dylan finishes this off, even if he doesn't, but all those guys won championships, obviously in the '90s and different eras. If he finishes this off with a championship,
I mean then it's untouchable because it is a different era, right? Like it was easier to win champion. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying that. So do not take this as disrespect. But you would be intellectually dishonest if you didn't agree that the path to a national championship baseball is much harder now than it was then. You were so far ahead of the curve in the 90s. The rest of the SEC has come back. First, they came back and got on your level. And then these last few years, a lot of it passed you up.
Yeah.
Right? Florida, better. Vandy, better. Arkansas, better. Ole Miss, Mississippi State, both got more recent national championships the last 2 years.
Now,
right?
What did they sacrifice for those championships? We'll get to that later.
Oh, Lamonis is in trouble. We talked about it on Friday, but he is in deep trouble right now as they give up about 1,000 runs over the weekend to Vanderbilt. But no, so like those teams that all passed you up. So now for Dylan Cruz to be doing it in this new ultra-competitive, NIL-fueled college baseball landscape, and if he were to win a champ, well, then it's unquestionable. Like you said, even if he just makes it to Omaha, I think there's the argument that maybe he's the greatest field position player that LSU's ever had. But a championship, and it would almost be again an unassailable argument. Not that we should even be invoking things like legacy this early on, but I thought it was some very interesting food for thought from Cody that I found myself reacting defensively to until I thought about it, and I was like, actually, it's not far off, dude. Now, you know, can you keep it going, and how will you respond when maybe you do have whatever constitutes a slump for Dylan Cruz? You know, adversity, all of these things will eventually tell the whole story, but I love the early returns from this LSU baseball team thus far, and I love the bully nature of Tommy White, dude.
Yeah.
How about it, bro? Everything we talked about last week with him, just staring you down. Like when you have 2 strikes in him, that's when you should be. When is an animal most dangerous? Right? When it's cornered and it's afraid. When you have Tommy White cornered with 2 strikes, like watch out. Because that is when he locks in, the claws come out, and he's ready to kill you. And the way that he pimped that 3-run bomb, dude, was just a sight. It was a sight to behold.
So what he does, and we'll get to what he does, but like if you want to add that to the Dylan Cruz conversation, like think about what he does for Dylan Cruz. Because you know you can't just pitch around Dylan anymore. And there's other guys, like we talked about Gavin Dugas when he's in the leadoff spot. I think that's very unique for the leadoff spot to have a hitter like Gavin Dugas who can certainly leave the yard at any moment, but there's a purpose for it, and you're seeing that purpose play out to be beneficial for LSU. And so like the protection that a guy like Dylan Cruz is getting in this lineup now, and you have to pitch to him. Like Dylan Cruz probably could have done this the last 2 years, but he didn't have that type of protection. Well, now he does. And then when you are that protection, well, what are you going to do? Well, Tommy White saying, well, just hold my beer because I got you covered. And
the cleanup, man.
It is like that's the biggest transfer that there was in the transfer portal. I mean, hitter-wise, I mean, Paul Skene's pretty damn good, too.
Yeah.
But, like, as far as, like, a hitter, like, position player, like, look, you bring a guy like that in. He had all these home runs as a young guy, as a freshman. You're like, okay, man, are they going to figure him out? Now he's going to be a sophomore. Are they going to figure him out? Well, they hadn't figured him out. He's figured you out. And so he's on line and on pace for another monster year. I think this year is going to be better than it was for him as a freshman when he was the talk of college baseball.
Yeah, and and again, the style that he does it with, he just feels so intimidating. Like he should cross home plate and get like beers thrown to him, Stone Cold style, just the wrestling vibes that I get out of those two. All right, so a lot of excellent LSU baseball over the weekend. Hey, 2 for 2, boys. 2 series, 2 top 15 opponents, 1 top 5, 2 series dubs, and achingly close to 2 series sweeps.
Yeah.
This team continues to shine. All right, we got a ton more to get to. We still got March Madness, everything else. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com, where whether you are looking to buy new, you're looking to buy a Toyota certified used vehicle, maybe you just want to rent with cheaper per-day rentals than your traditional rental companies. Well, it's all there for you off of Airline Highway. Go see the excellent teams over there, all the people, man. I love All-Star Toyota so much, and it's because of the people. Whether it's the sales staff helping to find the answers they need, all the my guy Isaiah driving me back to my house when I'm getting my car fixed, or then picking me back up, the text updates I'm getting for Christopher constantly when he's working on my vehicle, or Miss Lisa Sessions getting my rentals right. I love All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
Yeah, you will as well, and now's a great time. You might be on spring break. Maybe it's still coming up, but even if, like, you got a trip planned, you're like, we're leaving tomorrow, and you're like, I didn't think about this. Well, you can go rent a Toyota from All-Star today. You can get that process, incredibly quick process done today. AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com.
Our listeners fire up their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
Charles Hannegriff, join us for the Monday edition of Hanny Time. We recap the NCAA Tournament plus LSU's 3-game set with the University of Arkansas. Hanny Time, noon weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Is this what you wanted?
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Damn, Brian Burgess had the grand slam on Saturday, bounced through the parking lot behind center. I couldn't see all that. I was actually in a Mexican restaurant at the time, watching on a cell phone in Monroe, and everybody thought we were crazy because we started going crazy there at the table eating tacos.
Yeah.
Jason
Didn't
McCormick.
see you in Shreveport this weekend.
Hey, birthday party was Saturday. That was actually not a joke. Birthday party was no.
On Saturday.
Birthday party was Saturday. How'd the camp go? All good?
Actually, it went fantastic. We have to cap it at 115 because we're indoors at D1, our facility up there, and we got to that number, and we had a group. So the young kids were great. This is the first year, 15 years, we had no one that cried or quit.
Okay.
Because, look, you're dealing with, we take them as young as 5.
Yeah, and it's so always a problem when some kids show up in, jean shorts, and you're like, oh, man, your parents did not adequately prepare
tell you where you were coming
for what we're actually doing today.
I know, dude, they were an outstanding young group, and so that was when they competed their butts off. Then we had an older group. And the older group's fun. The older group, you have some, 8th grade until high school, and so you got some real talent. We had 3 guys drove down from Arkansas and came down, and they were really, really good football players. And so it was one of, if not the best turnout as far as, just athletes and guys competing, and that's all we ever asked. Hey, just go out there and compete, and they certainly did that. We had our fastest 40 that we've ever had at the camp. We had a 4.79, which it's laser.
Oh yeah, laser
so
stuff,
look,
dude.
4.79 high school age, and a lot of the high school guys are still freshmen or sophomores, and so they were out there moving pretty good. We had a short shuttle that was a 4.28.
Oh, okay, dude. All right. Sounds like it was a very fun time then.
It was, yeah. We didn't miss you at all.
Some good line work was had. Look, I was at the tramp park.
My brother coached the offensive line.
Okay,
Shout out Adam.
I was at a trampoline park.
I thought you said trailer park at first. I was like,
no.
Damn, Will fell.
Even though, I fell off that.
No, trailer?
No, even though my wife
wrong with the trailer.
My wife got very mad at me because this place is actually pretty cool. It's a giant trampoline park, but they also have this giant room. There's a golf simulator. They got some VR stuff. So I kind of acted like I was hanging out with the kids on the trampoline side of the portion, and then I let them go do the thing, and I disappeared and just did VR and played golf for an hour.
Where's T-Bob?
Literally, and I didn't have my phone on me. She thought I had gotten kidnapped, taken away. She was very angry with me when she but I had the baby with me. So I'm like, what do you mean I had the baby with me, dude?
Okay,
I'm watching the kids.
I'm 99% of the time I'm going to side with Caitlin. But if you had the baby with you,
that was my get out of jail free card.
Did you have a Bjorn on?
No, he may have just been chilling in his car seat that turns into a stroller. He may have just been chilling in the stroller, but I had the baby with me.
Him.
Yes, I'm just being a good
Quad
dad.
Bob watching you, or you watching Quad Bob?
Quad Bob was watching me. He was watching me get to play and mess around. Jesse McCormick bringing up the throw that Pearson had to get that guy out second off the wall. Great. That was absolutely beautiful. And then Brambo raises a good point as well. I'm talking about Jordan Thompson catching his 10,000 ground balls. I don't know if he really did the 10,000, but remember, there was a summer of 10,000 catches.
Yeah.
In keeping with our analogies from earlier, Jordan Thompson, he really deserves all the credit in the world, man, because he struggled so visibly last year. Jay Johnson told us he believed in him, and it's credit to Coach Johnson for seeing that talent. I didn't believe, right? I know a lot of y'all didn't believe. Now I was kind of I'll give you the rope to prove it, and Jordan Thompson has done that. He has been dominant at shortstop. In fact, the entire LSU defense has been great, but I just love someone who clearly struggled, had to deal with so much doubt, and instead of letting it defeat him and fester within him, he used it as motivation to get better, and he obviously put in the work this offseason.
He did, without question, he did. And it was a cause for concern last year. I mean, it was a part of why you didn't go as far as you wanted to go. And you knew he had the skill set, and he came up with clutch hits, and so there was times he didn't let it affect him at the plate. But now what was a liability is a strength for you. As going into the series, you were the second leading fielding team in the country. Not the SEC, the country. And so, yeah, you worked on it and got better. Now, to this point in the season, you're elite at it.
Yeah, no, exactly. And and you're not, I mean, I feel comfortable saying it's going to remain a strength. Right?
Yeah.
Like it's
even if it fell off a bit, you'd still be a strength.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, you have room. That's how good you've been. You have room even if it maybe does normalize a little bit. All right, that'll do for Hour 1 of OTB Weekend Winners. Kicking off Hour 2, we got March Madness talk, Pellies as well. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench. Spreadlines up later.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Accutemp of Baton Rouge, AccuTempBR.com. We're in the final weekend of March, y'all. Okay, which means it's the final week to take advantage of that deal where Accutemp, when you get a new AC unit installed right now, you get a free premium clean air package. This is $1,800 worth of value, y'all. $1,800 worth of value for free when you go to Accutemp of Baton Rouge. You get that new AC unit installed. Look, they have the best reviews of anybody that you will ever see, right? All your AC, heating, and electrical needs. Don't take my word for it. Just go look at the online reviews and look at why service to the highest degree. It's more than just punny talk. They walk the walk.
If you're confused, hot, cold, hot in March, well, your AC is probably going to be confused as well, but it will be able to withstand whatever you've got going back and forth. If you're part of that Star membership, join today, AccuTempBR.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Monday, March 27th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect cloudy skies with a high of 78. Coming up on OTB, we have a new edition of Weekend Winners coming up next, and Hold the Mayo joins the show at 9:15 for a new edition of Spreadlines. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the U Club, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back. We are here live at U Club. Feels great outside. Bit of a cloudy day right now. We'll see where it ends up going. We are live here for the Dreams Come True golf tournament. Huge night last night. Auctioning off a bunch of items for charity. Thank you to everyone who came out to the Walk-On's corporate office and, bid and spend their hard-earned money. If you don't know what Dreams Come True is, this is an organization that supports Louisiana kids who are having to deal with life-threatening medical situations. And so you probably heard of like Make-A-Wish. This is that, but for Louisiana only. So when you donate to Dreams Come True, you are guaranteeing that a Louisiana child's dream gets made. I think it's about $3,500 roughly on average per dream, Jake, and the work that Miss Becky does in making these dreams happen is second to none. And so it's an organization that I am very, very proud and happy to work with. I get to MC that auction every single year. I love being out at this tournament. I just at the radio show or at the radio station, we do the radiothon. Like, we love Dreams Come True. I personally love Dreams Come True. You will as well. I'll tell you later this hour how you can donate. But if you can look up Dreams Come True of Louisiana, you can always find your way to the website as well. I'll have to get you the exact site here in a second. Jake, before we officially kick off Weekend Winners, you just read me a commercial tweet about Dylan Cruz that is worthy of being in the winner segment, so go ahead and give it to the people.
I mean, we laid it out earlier, kind of just the ridiculous stats that he had, but this tweet, I think, impressed us both even more so. So Dylan Cruz has 9 home runs and 10 doubles. He only has 12 strikeouts on the year. He has almost as many home runs and doubles as he does strikeouts. Also, he has 26 walks. He has double the walks that he has strikeouts. He's got a 22-game hit streak, a 28-game on-base streak dating back to last season, and he has reached base in all but 7 of his career 149 games.
That's the one that freaks me out. Has reached base in all but 7
142 of 149 games. He has been at first base at least.
That don't make no sense, man.
God, that is.
That should be impossible.
Cody's on to something.
So he's a winner. What a great way to kick off Weekend Winners.
That's how winning is done. That's right. We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We gotta keep our composure. We've got too far.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
Are you doing what it takes to win a championship?
Wow, winning.
Well, then I guess there's only one thing left to do. What's that? Win the whole thing.
Yeah, basically what Ellis, that's all we got this weekend. We're winners. We talked about it at the start of the show, but in case you missed it, really stop and think about it. If you just like March Madness, you won because we have an absolutely absurd tournament. LSU softball goes and takes 2 of 3 off Ole Miss after losing a disappointing one on Friday, back against the wall. LSU baseball does the same after losing on Friday with the dominant Saturday doubleheader. Of course, Coach Mulkey's squad finds their way to the Final Four here in year number 2. Just an incredible story. Mr. Jim Nickel texted me earlier, mentioning David Toms winning a PGA Senior Tour event, Sam Burns winning the World Golf Championship match play, Ingrid Lindblad, the LSU legend, winning the Clemson Invitational. You had the Pelicans winning their 4th game in a row, beating the Clippers, a team they're directly competing with right now for these final playoff spots, and doing it on the back of Trey Murphy hitting 10 threes. Trey Murphy, weekend winner. Really, everybody, us, all of us, we are the weekend winners. It was a great weekend of sports.
That's well said. I'm going to go San Diego State Aztecs basketball. It's a basketball program that has been consistent. This is not a complete surprise because when you go back and you look at who they have been, and it started in 2005, 24-9, 22-11. They've had 25-9, 34-3, 31-5. I mean, this is a consistent basketball program. Just listen, like the last couple of years, go 2019, 30-2, 23-5, 23-9, 31-6 this year. So, yes, they've never been to this point, but this is a basketball team that's continued to grow year after year, played really good basketball, and now they get a chance to play in the Final Four. Love San Diego State. They were always very supportive of us when we were out there. Chargers, Aztecs had a great relationship. Certainly during the 2011 NFL lockout season, they allowed us to come work out at their facility, open their doors, allowed us to do whatever we wanted, whatever needed to be done during that time. And now, San Diego Chargers, Christian bailed and went to L.A., but now San Diego State has kind of taken that town over. They built them a new football stadium. So weekend winner, the entire San Diego State family.
Yeah, I mean, the entire San Diego family, right? I mean, they got that in the Padres.
Yeah, Padres playing really well, yeah.
Is San Diego State about to join the Pac-12 too? Is that official or is that all just rumor?
It's not official, but
this is a hell of a good play here as you're looking to enter that Power 5. Also, they're a massive school population-wise, right? Like they have the numbers to be Power 5. We have to adjust our thinking on San Diego State.
New football stadium, great basketball arena. I mean, they've got everything that you would need to be a Pac-12 school.
I mean, they're doing the Lord's work, Jake. They beat Alabama. Let's go, dude. I mean, give one up for the Tex boys.
They did.
Also, weekend winner Nick Saban as his destruction of Nate Oates is.
Complete.
Guys, it's complete. I don't know what else to tell you. Nick Saban admonishes him, shows up to practice, puts the gree on him, and next thing you know, Alabama loses to San Diego State. Things you absolutely love to see. All right, let's go to Mario. Mario, you got a winner or loser for us?
Yeah, shout out to y'all were talking about the Pelicans. Shout out to Herb Jones. He put the clamps on Kawhi Leonard the other night. Kawhi was 4 of 16 from the field against the Pelicans, and when Herb Jones was the closest defender, he was 1 for 8. So Herb continues to play really well, not doing anything flashy, but a big reason why the Pelicans are doing what they're doing.
Oh, yeah, dude. Danny, what's up? You got a weekend winner or loser for us?
Yeah, NOLA Gold, winners of 3 straight in a row, and then won 2 in a row on the road. So Road Warriors, shout out NOLA Gold.
Wait, Danny, I thought this was 3 wins in a row for the road, or 3 wins in a row overall for the Gold, though, right?
Yeah, but 2 were on the road.
First part, we only heard you say 2 on the road. Shout out NOLA Gold. Shout out our guy Ryan Fitzgerald. The Gold continue to get done. Danny, are they at home at the Gold Mine on Airline this week?
Yes, they're at home this weekend.
All right, so if you're looking for something to do this Friday, you can always go check out the Gold game. I think Hogs this weekend, too. We'll talk to Dev about that coming up a bit later on. I have an official announcement. I'm not going to say it, but we do have a verdict, and I will be giving my verdict in hour 3 as to whether or not I will be making an appearance at this year's Hogs. Weekend winner, Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the women's side of the basketball tournament, as there had never been. Now, I just read NCAA tournament, Jake, so I don't know if this includes men's, but at least in the women's for sure, there had never been a 30-point triple-double in the history of the tournament. Caitlin Clark gave you a 40-point triple-double.
Yeah.
41 points, 10 boards, 12 assists to go to the Final Four. That is an Elite Eight performance. And, again, it's very funny when you have Miami scoring 42 altogether against LSU, and then Caitlin Clark alone scoring 41. Shout out Caitlin Clark, weekend winner.
And, I mean, she's been doing it all season long. Yep. There's no question about that. I'm going to go weekend winner to the Chicago Bulls and Pat Bev. Pat Beverly, obviously traded from the Lakers. He goes and he's pretty confident in the Bulls going in there and being able to beat them. He had a couple of memeable moments, too short on some of the Lakers players.
No, to LeBron. Too
yeah.
short specifically after he hits that big shot at the end. He hits a floater over LeBron and gives him the too small. And this is like right after he's gone on all kind of podcasts here recently and basically talked about how, like, you know, that Laker culture is a hell of a thing right now.
Yeah.
And that it's really tough with the personalities of LeBron and Anthony Davis and everything. Pat Bev feeling a little slighted, and Pat Bev doing what he does best, trolling.
He is, and they got the 118-108 victory over the Lakers. That helps the Pelicans. Anytime the Lakers lose, that's a good thing as well.
Yep.
And then, look, I kind of like Pat Bev. I'm not going to lie to you.
I do too.
I like his pettiness.
I do too. He's a little much, but like,
he's extra.
well, but yeah, but he's
okay, though.
so he's a bit like the small dog that barks too much, but at the same time, I appreciate the confidence that both Pat Bev and that small dog have. And I guess there's no way to really no offense that. So I'm sorry, Pat Bev. I really do somehow mean that not as an insult, even though I know that. I guess it's just that, like, okay, I appreciate it as someone else who is limited talent-wise, that you can overcome so much of that just with a, like, unshakable belief in yourself, in your own ability. And I think Pat Bev has that. Mario, Danny, y'all got any losers or winners left?
I'm going to go with Daniel Connolly. He's a UConn blogger for SB Nation. And back on January 16th, he was complaining about LSU leapfrogging UConn in the rankings and said LSU, yeah, that LSU leapfrogged them. And he's getting a lot of hate from a lot of LSU fans today. Well-deserved. Bust of the weekend loser, Daniel Connolly.
I remember when it went down during the year. Yeah, it's like I said, a lot of the women's basketball intelligentsia was not on the side of LSU or Kim Mulkey getting here this soon. And I love it that Connolly has that tweet in a year where, how long's it been since UConn has made the Final Four, Jake? Do you know for sure?
This is, gosh, the first time I think they didn't make the Final Four. I know Elite Eight, it was like almost 20 years.
Damn.
15 for sure.
Sorry, Connolly. Like Murray said, Busta of the week there for Connolly. Shout out to Angel Reese, weekend winner, most double-doubles in a single season in SEC history. Now up to 32 of them things, man. And I would give a weekend winner, too, as I'm going through my notes here. Who else did I have? Okay, this is random that I wrote this down. Wrestling fans. It's WrestleMania week. So I guess if you're a wrestling fan, that's really cool, man. WrestleMania week's always got to be a lot of fun. Weekend winner to Tommy Tanks for that badass 3-run home run Grand Slam combination. Weekend winner to Paul Skeens, even though he quite literally did not win. Weekend winner to Ty Floyd, Garrett Edwards. I mean, they're all over the place. Coach Tarina's squad, again, come back winning 2 in Oxford. Just fantastic. Fantastic weekend of sports. Any other winners, boys? Any other losers?
I got a weekend loser, NCAA. Surprise, surprise. The NCAA suspends Fair State's head football coach for a future playoff game. The football coach for the reigning Division II champion, by the way, has been given a 1-game playoff suspension by the NCAA after 2 of his players lit cigars in a smoke-free locker room after winning the national title in December.
Wow.
So Alabama and Tennessee every year can fill the entire world full of cigar smoke, which, look, it's a tradition. I have no problem with it. But you're going to suspend the coach for a playoff game because 2 players smoke-free? Like, every locker room's smoke-free.
Bruh.
I was in the Georgia locker room working for Sirius after their natty. You could barely see in front of your face. That's what you do.
That is so – this is one of my developing issues with the NCAA is at this point
what are you doing? Like, you got so many other things you should be worried about right now.
At this point, they're so kind of feckless and non-threatening that instead of just going away, they're actually taking the worst path where they're just bullying the people that don't deserve it, right? Like, Miami women's basketball is getting sanctioned. Division II coaches are out here getting sanctioned. Like, NCAA, like, just go away at a certain point. Just put on championships. Do what you do. Run the tournaments. Make money. Like, the enforcement arm of the NCAA is increasingly annoying and increasingly probably just needs to accept that it has it's a vestigial organ at this point, okay? It has evolved to the point of being useless. And the quicker they accept that, the better. I was actually ruminating on that this morning, like some of the potential federal legislation. Does that matter? Maybe we can get into an hour 3 if we have the time. Mara, Danny, no more winners from y'all?
No, we're good.
Okay.
Should we go ahead and just give a weekend loser to the entire state of Mississippi SEC baseball programs? Because I was going to say Mississippi
okay.
baseball
So I'm actually
programs.
not fully caught up on what happened to Ole Miss this week.
But I didn't want to throw because I don't know how Southern Miss is doing, and so I didn't want to throw them in there. But look, Mississippi State, T-Bob, that's a real issue. I mean, they're giving up like football scores in baseball.
Yeah, man. Lamonis, and like we talked about Friday with Rivs, that's their pride and joy. I mean, if you go bad there, you're gonna. I don't care. You just won an Natty 2 years ago. It's like Coach O. They're gonna run you out of town.
They're both 0-6 in conference play too.
Oh, they both got swept again.
Both got swept again.
The last 2 national champions.
Yes.
Oh, you love to see it.
I mean, this is like epically bad. So let me give you Mississippi State's conference, what they've done in conference play. Okay, because we talked about it a little bit on Friday. You lose to Kentucky 6-5, then you lose 12-3, then you lose 17-3. You play Vanderbilt this week. Get ready, T. You lose 26-3 in the first game, 18-5 in the second game, 11-7 in the third game.
What? That's
You give up 55 runs to Vanderbilt over the weekend. 55.
I don't really know how to wrap my head around that. Like I don't care how limited you may be. We watched Andy Cannizaro at Mississippi State a few years ago take a staff that had position players throwing, and they were still managing to hold teams within reasonable levels. That's an implosion. I don't know. Again, it's not always just about do you lose. It's the context of how you lose. It's where expectations were, and this all has a deadly, deadly feeling for Chris Lamonis and his continued employment at Mississippi State. Now, Bianco, obviously this is a second year of struggles for Lamonis, which is why Bianco's probably fine, but no doubt Ole Miss has to be supremely disappointed to be following up their natty year with an 0 for 6.
They got swept by
here.
Vanderbilt in the first SEC weekend. So Vanderbilt's a good baseball team.
Yeah,
Vanderbilt's better than their preseason expectation. Now, the preseason expectation was still a top 15, but they're much better than that. They're a top 5 baseball team. Then you got swept by Florida. And Florida, again, top 5 baseball team. But it's the SEC. That's what you're going to get. Like, you're going to have to play LSU. You still got to play Arkansas. Like, you still have to play those teams if you're both Mississippi schools. And Florida beats them 9-7, 12-8, 7-4 at home. Both of these were at home.
Oof.
Both of these series were at home for both these Mississippi schools.
Damn, Bo, rough times up there in the Delta.
Between being 0-6, both these teams, and after Mincy tried to open a crab, I mean, it's just not good right now.
Tough times in the SIP, boys. Tough times in the SIP. They're, at least they have the natties, I guess, to kind of get a bit of house money in there. But damn. All right, when we get back here in OTB, I think it's time, Jake. I forgot my last weekend winner. Jake's basketball takes, because he has had a firm grasp even on this insane NCAA tournament. We'll get to it next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552. CentralPlumbing.org. I love Central Plumbing, Jake. They've been at it for 50 years, man. You're no 24/7 emergency plumbing service, okay? Flat rate pricing, all that. I'm very excited to play with the boys today, actually.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I saw Mr. J last night at Dreams Come True. He donated an incredible prize to be auctioned off that helped raise a lot of money for these dreams. And, yeah, man. And so I'll be, I think the tournament starts at 9:30. Once we get off air, I'm going to be heading over and oh, man, I probably should have thought about some sort of golf plumbing pun here, right?
Yeah,
let's
it'll
hope.
be good.
Hey, let's hope I'm piping it today. Piping it straight.
All right, you've had worse. You
Yeah,
certainly had worse.
yeah.
You won't have worse. You're going to have the best when you call 225-925-8552, centralplumbing.org.
Bye.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $10,000 off new 2022 Jeep Gladiators and $8,000 off new 23 Jeep Grand Cherokees. All new Bayou automotive vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the one.
It's Hunt. Join me for a Monday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show, recapping what went down in Greenville for the Lady Tigers, and how about a weekend at the box, Tigers and Hogs, plus the Final Four. Hunt Palmer Show, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back, OTB. Dreams come true. We're here live at U Club. By the way, DCT, Jake, DCT, Dreams come true, DCT of LA.com. Okay? Dreams Come True of Louisiana, DCTofLA.com. If you want to go to the website, you want to get involved, you want to donate, see what they're all about, start to understand the mission, helping Louisiana kids battling life-threatening medical situations. And, again, Louisiana kids, right? Money that stays right here in the boot for our own children. Man, it's an incredible, incredible group. All All right. What else was pretty incredible this weekend? What did my computer do? What notes did it even bring up? Was March Madness, dude. I mean, and I was thinking about this, Jake. It's very appropriate that we would have such an insane Final Four, right? First time since seeding began in 1979 that no team ranked better than 4 has made the Final Four. It's the perfect year that it happened because it's been an insane year, right? It reminds me a lot of 2007 in football, which is infamous for being maybe the wildest year ever. And, you know, if you got to be ranked first, it meant you were automatically going to lose. Like
the next week.
And then what did that result in? The only 2-loss, I still believe the only, right? 2-loss national champion we've ever had. Well, in the same way.
The best 2-loss national champion of all time.
The best. You're right. Excuse me. The best 2-loss national championship ever. And in the same way now, this chaotic year of college basketball has produced just an absolute gem of a Final Four, as you got 3 teams that have never been there before.
It is. Okay, so for a lot of people, maybe they don't enjoy that. Maybe they only want greatness. But for me, it has been great drama. You have all of these teams that were supposed to do A, B, and C, and they didn't really do any of it. And we just assumed, like, chalk was going. Like, I don't understand why in the NCAA tournament, people, like, they like upsets in the first 2 rounds, but then they want their chalk. I'm like, no, like, you like chaos in every other sport. Let the chaos continue. And again, kind of going back to it, you have San Diego State that has been a damn good basketball program, and now they finally break through. And this could be the breakthrough that turns San Diego State into maybe what Gonzaga's been able to do. Like, you know, like once you get that breakthrough, get to the Final Four, maybe you get that one recruit that you couldn't get before, right? Maybe you can go up a class in recruits. I mean, San Diego is still San Diego, so you have advantages that you can recruit to as well, okay? Miami, Jim Larranaga. Like, Larranaga has been there for a long time. Like, he's a really good basketball coach. And so, like, this is somebody that has kind of been close before. He's had really good teams, and now he's got Miami to the Final Four for the first time. UConn has been there, done that. UConn actually thrives when they're seated like 4, 5, 6, 7, like in that range. That's who they are. But as I've said, like, UConn is a 1-seed type basketball team. For whatever reason, they had one 5-game stretch in the middle of the season, and they play in the Big East, which was the second best conference according to the KenPom out there, and they got docked for having one 5-game stretch where they lost 4 or 5. This is a basketball team. If you look at what they've done in the the beginning and the end of the season, not the middle portion, they would have been a 1-seed. They're that type of team. They've been killing everyone that they're playing. I mean, they dismantle Gonzaga.
Exactly. That's a Gonzaga team who, like we said,
just
kind of
beat
speaks
UCLA.
for itself. Average margin of victory for the tournament has been 22.5 for UConn. The 15-point win over St. Mary's, which wasn't even that close, is is their closest game. And Jake, this is why I said your takes had been winners, because you've pretty much called the you called a lot of like the larger trends at play here, but one of your you called like the kind of wild card nature of Miami and just how wild they can be, and look how they use that to create a run late in that Texas game and find a way to get there. But then UConn, like you said, you've been telling everybody the entire, even before the tournament started, that this was a team that was vastly underrated from a seeding potential and that could be a legit national champion, and they are without a doubt. Or would you actually know? I'll say this: are they the favorite? Yes, without a doubt, the favorite going into this Final Four.
The adjusted KenPom rating, UConn's 1.
Okay.
They had the number 1 KenPom. Now, they had the 4th in the second round of the tournament as a 4 seed. The seeding made no sense to me. I never liked their seeding. Or I guess you could like it if you're trying to get some value on an underdog. This is a team that can beat any team in the country. That's why they're still standing. Like, if you played the best team, what you consider the best team, 10 times, UConn has the ability to beat them 7. So that's who they are. And so now, adjusted KenPom, they're number 1. But FAU adjusted their 17. I said it all last week. This is not a Cinderella basketball team. They've won now 35 games on the year.
They have the most wins in all of basketball, right?
35 victories. There's nothing Cinderella about FAU. They were a top 25 basketball team. They have a coach in Dusty May that has been at big programs. He is someone that if he wanted a big job, he probably already has that big job, but he likes what he has there at FAU. We'll see if he ends up staying there. Kind of, again, going back to, like, you get to live in San Diego, you get to live right there close to FAU's campus in Boca. So this is a basketball team that deserves to be in this spot, just like San Diego State deserves to be in there. Big win, by the way, for the Mountain West. The Mountain West last year got 4 teams in, 0-4 in the tournament. You got 4 teams in this year. It looked like you were going to go 0 for if San Diego State didn't win. Well, they not only won, they got to the Final Four, so a big win for them.
Alabama, let's go.
And look, San Diego State, 14th in the Ken Palm. So these teams deserve to be there. This isn't where you got, this 67th in the country Ken Palm rating where you just got hot in the right time. No, it's unorthodox as far as how maybe they got there. The seeding is a little bit unique, I guess, because we're not used to seeing 9 seeds. I think first time since 2013 you've got a 9 seed in the Final Four. But these teams 1, 14, 17, 22 in the Ken Palm. Miami actually out of the ACC has the lowest of that group. And they play, like we've talked about, a wild and crazy style. You saw it play out in the Texas game.
So in all this talking, I mean, what I'm gathering is that Miami's probably the kind of flukiest team to find their way like in amongst this bunch. Not, which is ironic because, obviously Miami's kind of the biggest school name. Not in basketball, whatever, you get it, right? Miami, not San Diego State, not Florida Atlantic. Yes, exactly. It's the U, which, hey, this is South Florida basketball, huh? How about it, dude? Not a bad time getting 2 teams in the Final Four. One thing that I was thinking about, just a funny little thought over the weekend, Jake, that San Diego State-Creighton game, 57-56, the penalty at the end, the foul at the end. I don't really want to have was it not a foul debate. I think it probably was with that hand on the hip. I think that hip fouls, Jake, are – that's a salty vet move, okay? That's a good move because it is hard for you to appreciate how much that can actually mess you up. Like when in so many things in sports, when you are taught to manipulate the opponent, you are taught to work the hip, right?
Yeah.
If I'm doing a combo block in football, where am I aiming at? If I'm trying to hit that guy across his face, I'm getting on his hip. Like it any sport, whatever. So I think it was a pretty shrewd move that, it probably was foul, whatever, I don't care. But then to line up with all that pressure, 1 second left, tie game, and to miss your first free throw, what is going through your head?
Oh, my gosh. I was
like,
sweaty palm watching it.
We were playing a little couples tennis on Saturday, and it was getting pretty competitive.
Wait, I thought you said you were at a birthday party out there.
That was early. That was during the day. No, stop. Wow. That was Saturday night was the tennis. Saturday night.
They ain't got lights like that.
Pump the brakes. Yes, they do. Shout out. But we're playing couples tennis, and when I tell you, I was like in my head when I would fault, and I'm not really tennis player, but I'd be like, okay, bro, you cannot afford to give up a point to them for free right now. You have got to get this second serve in there. I cannot fathom what it's like missing your first and then game on the line going to shoot that second. And shout out to Darian Trammell because he was not scared of the moment. Big time mental toughness, battles against the bad thoughts and makes it.
I can't even. Like I said, we were just leaving. I think we were in between soccer and baseball, and obviously, I got a little bias towards the Aztecs, and so I was watching the final on my phone there as we were leaving, and I'm just sweaty palm just thinking about that situation. But look, if you're the player that you say you are, like you want to be in that situation, and he looked cool, calm, and collected. As far as the foul, it probably was. It probably was a foul. I hate that it got called there.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I wouldn't mind if it had been called.
If it didn't get called, I promise you, wanting the Aztecs to win, I still wouldn't have had too many problems with it because that game deserved an overtime.
Yeah, you're right. It's a bit like the Super Bowl, where it's a Schrodinger's call. It is both a foul and not a foul, and it only becomes one when you close the reality on the other. So no, I feel you on that. I guess the only point I wanted to make is that hip stuff is a bit different. It's a good move because it doesn't look like you barely do anything to him. But no, it would have been cool to not being called.
And then the drama kind of gets taken away as well when you throw
the Super Bowl.
You throw it full court like that, and then you think there's going to be some time left. Maybe you can get a tip-in situation. Crazier things have happened, and then the ref's like, game's over. Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
The San Diego State coach is still drawing up the play. His team starts celebrating around him, and he's like looking around like, what? Like, what's going on? Like, he has no idea for like 3 seconds.
College basketball maybe actually be the biggest ref show. I feel like we never talk about it in that terms, but late in games because they're so scared of getting things wrong, the reviews are constant.
And forever. Yeah, they are. Everything goes to review.
It's like,
now, I mean, let's not kid. Like Major League Baseball umpires are still goated as far as look at me.
Yeah, no. That is fair.
They have entered the chat.
The sport rev, yes, they don't like the way that they're trending. All right, when we get back, more OTB. Keep it locked.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Our listeners fire up their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walk.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Monday's AFR, presented by Relief Windows.
We'll recap the LSU weekend series against Arkansas, and the football Tigers have a big weekend out on the practice field. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Oh, welcome back, y'all. OTB here on 104.5. Hope you're having a great day. How about the star appeal of Angel Reese, Jake? Also, Danny, I want to get a video ready to play. I hate doing video stuff when we're on remote because I feel like our communication, it's just always a bit tougher when we're not in the same room. But, Danny, if you look in the 7:30 segment, the second Twitter link where underneath it says rare to hear that level of straight love from a player. It's a little Angel Reese post-game clip. I want to play that. Not that first one, Danny, the one right underneath it. I want to play that next or in a minute. I'll call for it. Just let me know whenever you have it ready. But Angel Reese, man, the star power of this LSU team, the way that the game has grown. We've talked about it just locally here, how they've reignited, but it's kind of gone beyond just local. As you had, I don't know the kind of shoes. You can give us context there, Jake. But you had Vanessa Bryant hook up the entire team with like some super rare Kobe's.
Yeah, Kobe Grinches, the green ones. So obviously very, it's a unique shoe. And it's one that is incredibly popular. Like right now, I'm looking on StockX, $499 a pair.
Wow.
And so, like when you go to stock, and that's like the lowest.
$500 a pair.
So, like when you go to StockX, like it kind of gives you like, hey, here's the range that you'll find them, because like different sizes are going to cost different. If it's a size that is something that a lot of people wear, it's going to be more expensive. So it has the range between $670 and $1,200 per pair.
What?
Per pair of shoes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so it's unique in look, and it's unique if you find one.
So you got Vanessa Bryant giving them the shoes. You had Magic Johnson tweeting Angel Reese. You had the Cavender twins, who have also grown the game a ton this year down in Miami. They invite Lil Wayne to the game. And then according to Angel Reese and company, he calls Angel. He would later tweet Angel effing Reese home team, so telling you who he's going for there. But then Angel Reese also saying that Lil Wayne called her the night before the game as well. So it's just crazy the amount of star power that Angel Reese has, not just in the not just on the court, but she's a bit like a fighter, Jake, that's also got the transcendent mic work, right? Like you have, you have incredible fighters, but the reason why you get the average guy like me to tune in to like a Conor McGregor fight was because of all the crap talking and everything.
Yeah.
All the showmanship kind of outside of the ring. Angel Reese has all of that in spades. She's got the leadership ability on the court. She's incredibly likable off the court. She's attractive. Like she is a true superstar in the making and has already led LSU to true superstar results here in year number 2. And when I talked about going out of your way to show love to a coach, here is Angel Reese on IG Live immediately following the game, going to the Final Four. Here's what she had to say.
Period. We're going to the Final Four. Y'all said what y'all say. Y'all hated all season. No, I'm not being humble this time. No, none of that humble stuff. No, we're going to the one. In year 2, though. In year 2. Oh, okay. Kim Mulkey does that. Kim Mulkey does that.
So, I mean, you want to talk about recruiting potential, Jake, right? I mean, at a time when, like you said, where are they going to be if you're already doing this in year 2? But then you have a star like Angel Reese, who was obviously one of the best players in the nation, even in Maryland, but, didn't feel she was reaching her full potential. She comes in here. Coach Mulkey talked about it last night. She needed some tough love. All these great players did. They needed a real woman, somebody who is an alpha to show them the way. She did it. Angel Reese bought in. Credit to her, and the results speak for themselves. But again, to hear her just constantly put clips out there like praising Coach Mulkey and how much she's meant to her rise this year, how could you not sell that and show that to the next big people that you're trying to get to come down to your school?
You absolutely should, and we know it here, and I think the college basketball world does know what LSU is with Kim Mulkey. They certainly know what Kim Mulkey has done in her past, but for whatever reason, like we talked about earlier, T, there was just this feeling of LSU just not getting the credit that they deserved. And it wasn't like they weren't getting respected. And I don't really understand it, because it's not like they were coming out of the Southland Conference, and no disrespect to the Southland Conference, but, they're coming out of the SEC.
Yeah.
And the SEC might not have been at its peak this year, but you still had the best team in the country in South Carolina, your only regular season loss, and then you had a loss against Tennessee, who was a very good tournament team, made a run in this tournament that you lost to in the SEC tournament, and you had a 17-point lead in that game, and you beat that team in the regular season. So you had 2 losses, and they were to 2 damn good basketball teams, and you had a lot of quality wins in conference play. I know the non-conference is what it is, but so I'm not really sure why that happened, but it did. So you can tell this team has that kind of feeling about it, and so they want to give their coach her flowers, because they're like, Kim Mulkey's a beast. She's one of the GOATs of all time, and she got us to this point in just year number 2. And I mean, this is your number 2. You have Angel Reese coming back. You have, you've got four right. Yeah,
Is Deja back next year?
You've got 4 committed right now, and I'm looking at the star rating. Like, you got 4, I believe, 3 5-stars and 1 4-star committed right now for LSU. Like, of 100 grade, that's how ESPN.com does their recruiting in basketball. You've got a 98, a 97, a 94, and a 93.
And think about, after the success of the transfer portal stories of Alexis Morris and Angel Reese, like, you have that easy path to sell as well. All right, let's go to break. More OTB Rabbit Up Hour 2 next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Jake, what is one thing in common that all the athletes and coaches we just talked about have?
Winners?
Yes. That plays well. They are members of the G team. They got Gordon, okay? Or Gordon got it done for them in the NIL space. That's why we call him the Gord father of NIL. But look, when you're talking about the G team, you're talking about people who can get it done for you in the courtroom. Call 225-888-8888. Get Gordon. Get it done today. Shout out Gordon McCurdy for sponsoring this entire LSU women's basketball team. Promises made, promises delivered.
Go to getgordon.com. Have that chat right there on the website, like we tell you every single day. Get whatever started that you want to. Have that conversation, right? You can also check out cases they can handle, past client results, all on the website, on all social media. The handle at GetGordon. And, of course, the number, area code in Louisiana, followed by the 8s, 888-8888.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walk.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad.
Monday edition of Game Time from Finbom and Burbank and Lee. We'll know who the Final Four is set. We'll recap all of the weekend's actions. Game Time from Finbom, Monday, 6 to 8 p.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Traveling in a fried-out Combi on a hippie trailhead full of zombies.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. OTB hanging out with you here today. We're at the Dreams Come True golf tournaments going on, fellas. Great seeing everybody last night. We had a huge auction for Dreams Come True Louisiana last night. It was amazing. What's up, Zach? DCTofLA.com. DCTofLA.com is the website. And you can go there. You can donate whatever. If you don't know what it is an organization that provides Louisiana kids who are dealing life-threatening medical issues, provides them with making their dreams come true. So you know your classic like your Disney trips, everything else like that. But the key is it's local. It's an organization out of Louisiana, so in Louisiana, and all the money stays right here in state. I love working with them. I love to be out here today. I do want to give I had some more thoughts. Jake, one thing, look, you know, the teams that I hate are like Alabama, right? Because they're certainly very good. You know me, I tend to dislike a lot of LA type stuff because I think Los Angeles is highfalutin and up its own ass a lot. I think I would say that Texas is also very much like that. And so when I tell you, I got a lot of secondhand enjoyment from watching these Longhorn fans who were convinced they were going to the Final Four, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're up 13, under 15 to play. They were 7 of 9 in the second half alone at that point, and it looked like Texas was going to cruise past Miami into the Final Four. And then Miami and Jordan freaking Miller said, not so fast, as Jordan Miller for Miami, 27 points on 7 of 7 shooting, 13 of 13 from the line. There's one other player in NCAA tournament history that's going to combine 20 of 20 from the field and the foul line. Do you know who it is?
No.
He has one of the most famous shots of all time. Played for
Christian Laettner.
Yeah, Christian Laettner.
I knew that.
Getting it done now. Jordan Miller
I knew
joining
that.
Laettner. But yeah, you got to love a good Texas heartbreak here, bro. And how about Miami proving you can pay your way back in? NIL works.
But I was pulling for Rodney Terry, Texas interim head coach. He shouldn't be the interim head coach. He should be the head coach.
Yeah.
And they still have not removed that tag. Now, he still might be, but I was rooting for him just because he takes a team over after Chris Beard is let go, and not even the middle of the season, kind of the early portion of the season, and he keeps that team going not only in the right direction, but they continued to climb and got better as well. So, it was a great game, hell of a comeback by Miami. Because I down 13, I went ahead and I'm like, all right, it's over.
Yeah. Oh no, 100%.
We're gonna move on. Texas is in there, and I was like, hey, I think I'm gonna get 2 of the Final Four teams right, and this year that feels like a big win.
Yeah.
But Miami, credit to them because look, again, we told you they play a style that is it's hard to prepare for because you just don't know what the hell's going to happen. And sometimes it will bite them, but more times than often it gets them through, and it gets them through to the Final Four now.
Hey, y'all, go to RejuveMeMedical.com. Okay, we got Hour 3 coming up. We got Devin, Spreadlines, but I want to encourage you to go to RejuveMeMedical.com, Restore Me, Refuel Me, Rejuve Me, locations in Metairie, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Shreveport. What I said, New Orleans, Metairie, and Slidell, so kind of both sides there. And look, you want to feel younger, better, stronger. Also, ask about semaglutide, metabolization optimization while you're in there. Rejuve Medical, Restore Me, Refuel Me, Rejuve Me.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird, but we can take care of it.
Get in and get better at Patient Plus.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off MSRP on select new 2022 Ford F-150 trucks. $10,000 off plus 0% financing. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
Griffon is back. The voice of Louisiana politics makes his return to Baton Rouge. Catch the Moon Griffon Show weekdays from 9 to 11 a.m. on Talk 107.3.
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Monday, March 27th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect cloudy skies with a high of 78. Coming up on OTBOT, we talk to Hold the Mayo at 9:15 for a new edition of Spreadlines. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or watch Nanny be a Busta on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. OTBOT, live from the U Club, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. T-Bob and Jake hanging out with you. A huge shout-out to our guy, Bo Wegman. Third time this month, getting us set up here out at U Club. He's got down to a science, but, we going smooth out here, boys, with no problems whatsoever. We got Hold the Mayo coming up at 9:15. Again, because I'm awful at planning shows, Jake. We have saved the Pelicans for right now, the segment when we get off of 100.3. Probably should have done that. Whatever. You know what? No use in crying over spilled segments. A lot of you in chat are accusing me of being a bit cavalier with this club, swinging around, thinking I'm going to hit Jake. I would never. Okay? I've never broken anything in my life. I am a man of immense talent and spatial awareness. But to be fair, y'all are not so far off base as there's a current thread in my high school text group about how one of my buddies screenshot it, and now everybody's clowning me, saying I'm definitely going to break a laptop or a window or something. So,
are you notorious for doing things like that?
I have basically a superpower, and it's the crappiest superpower ever. It's just breaking stuff, breaking doors, breaking windows, breaking chairs mainly. I've broken just an absurd amount of chairs. Like, I've never understood it. You could have somebody who weighs twice as much as me sit in a chair, and it's something about the way my weight is distributed. When I get on the chair, it's going to shatter everywhere. But whatever. Look, no big deal. Glass window right here. We'll be fine. What else did I want to get into? I had something I wanted to mention before we talked Pelicans real quick. What was it? Hold on, I got it on my computer.
I'm just glad your computer's working again.
Yeah, I don't know. It randomly kind of woke up. Maybe because I plugged it in, actually. Got a little extra juice.
That tends to help.
Yeah, well, no. Okay, relax. But yes, but you're right, but you're not, like, right for why you think you're right. I don't mean, like, just because it died. I'm talking about just the performance. You know, you get a little performance boost sometimes when you plug in. All right, let's talk Pels, though. As kind of buried among all the college basketball over the weekend, the Pelicans had a road trip to go take on the LA Clippers. Clippers currently, I think, the 5 seed or maybe the 6 seed in the NBA right now. Now, of course, Paul George just recently getting hurt, but look, they still had Russ. They still had Kawhi Leonard. Mari told you during weekend winners, but Herb Jones shuts down Kawhi Leonard. And imagine this, Jake, the Pelicans win a game in which they are incredible from 3. And I mean incredible this time. So they beat the Clippers 131-110. And one reason why they were able to go on the road and win by 21 and it wasn't really close, Jake, they shot 61% from 3. And you're like, okay, but how many did they shoot? 34!
Yep.
They finished the game 21 of 34 from beyond the arc. Trey Murphy alone hits 10 of them things. Of course, the franchise record was 11, set by C.J. McCollum earlier this year. But B.I. drops 32 and 13. Trey Murphy goes 32. Jonas has 17 and 13. C.J. 21, 8 and 8. This, again, Yes, the shooting's a bit of an outlier, but those other numbers are still great from everybody else as well. This is the Pelicans team. This is the you gotta freaking fight Pelicans-looking team that finished off last season. Herb with the great defense. Now, you don't have Alvarado in this mix, unfortunately, but I am feeling very buoyed after the weekend about this Pels team.
Yeah, I mean, same. And you're wondering, okay, where was this? But you don't have time to worry about that. You can just worry about what you're doing currently. You have another game coming up on the road, but still against a team that you certainly are capable of beating in Portland. So you feel really good about where you're at right now. And maybe that loss against the Rockets that you had no business losing that game, maybe that was the thing that you had to get to. But now we're starting to see the team that, look, when the season started and you're number one in the West and everybody's feeling good about these future tickets, you had to win the West and to win the NBA Finals because, like, you were going in that direction. Well, now you're starting to see some of that play back out. And this is the team that we saw play without Zion last year during their playoff run. So now that you see it, now you know that they're capable of kind of replicating what they did a year ago. You get excited again. It's like old Charlie Brown. When's he going to pull that football away from us? But you're 37-37. You got back to 500. That was the goal. Now you've got to find a way to make sure that you're back in the postseason for 2 years. Because even though we had all of that excitement, T-Bob, about what they could be, remember, the goal was to get back into the postseason multiple years in a row.
Bottom line, ideally get past the play-in a second year in a row. At this point, we're just get at least in the play-in and then let the chips fall where they may. Jake, I've been thinking about Charlie Brown a lot lately, okay? Because as I'm thinking about the Pelicans, I'm like, well, almost cursed.
You did. Of all things, Charlie Brown made you almost do it.
I'm thinking like, well, crap, man. Am I getting Charlie Brown again? Yeah. Like, right? The 4 in a row is Lucy putting that football down. I'm about to run over there. She's about to pull it. But then it dawned on me, Jake, the point of that whole Charlie Brown bit is not for him to ever actually kick the ball, okay? It is to say that there is nothing wrong with having just an optimistic, positive belief, okay?
Right.
Belief in people, belief in yourself. Is it a guarantee that things are going to work out for you? No. But the point is Charlie Brown keeps going to kick that football, y'all, because he believes in the good of humanity. No matter how many times you burn him, you cannot make him a broken, cynical, pessimistic piece of crap. So if you call me Charlie Brown for believing in this Pelicans team again, that's fine. I will wear it with pride. We got a couple of jokesters over here as G-String and Huddy walking up. What's up, fellas? What's going on?
Walking right in front of the camera.
Yeah.
G-String does not know how
what
high-level radio shows, award-winning radio shows work. I mean, just walking right in front of the camera.
You're going to pop on and do an interview about something?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, here's the deal. Is Charlie Brown going to kick that football?
It doesn't matter because I believe.
But is he going to?
I believe that he's going to.
Okay.
And that's all that matters. I will be approaching it with the belief that, yes, he will kick that football.
Well, you can believe all you want.
There we go. We're back, baby.
Okay.
Okay. You mentioned all you can control is what comes next. And this is what I wanted to bring up earlier. When I was like, what did I want to talk about? And I forgot. So in the chat, Bilbo was like, did y'all see Angel Reese had a ring sharpied on her finger?
Yeah.
And I'm seeing some people look at that. Oh, Jay Dubs. Thank you, brother. Jared Wilson bringing us some water. Tell ya. So I think some people took that as maybe like a cocky sign, or like a getting ahead of yourself sign. But they talked about it in the postgame. And it actually comes from Coach Bob Starkey, who had every girl draw a ring on their finger before the game. And the idea was, look, this ring represents who you are, the type of team that you are, okay? You are this good. And so just know tonight that if you have a bad play, you miss a shot, you screw something up, look at that ring and just know that all that matters is the next play.
Right.
And it dovetails perfectly with Coach Mulkey's philosophy of, it's just one play and how you can't have that attitude that every single play matters. The only thing that matters is the next play. And so Bob Starkey's saying, look, that is your totem.
Yeah.
Anytime this game you run into adversity, you look at that. And so that's why Angel Ring was constantly pointing at it throughout the game. It wasn't even necessarily just
ring.
What is it, Angel Ring?
I like that.
It wasn't even necessarily just like, oh, we're getting that ring. No, it was more about like, this is the focus. Like, next play, next play, next play.
Right.
And I thought that was pretty interesting because it's not at all what I thought when I saw.
No, I didn't either.
When I saw the Sharpie ring.
Look, you got to visualize things like that, though.
Yep.
So I do like that. You know, why are you doing this? Why are we here? What's the purpose? What's the finish line look like? And if you look down, you're like, oh, yeah, it's about playing for championships. I mean, rings are rings. I mean, going back to Joey B., who we talked about earlier with Dylan Cruz comparison, like, what did he point to when he came out of the national championship game? Pointing to his ring finger. Like, that's why you play. You play to get championships, to win rings. And so you have to remind yourself sometimes what you're playing for. Because I know a lot of listeners might assume, like, well, yeah, you're always thinking about that. Sometimes you get lost in the game. Sometimes you're so
100%.
focused on the game plan, you're in the game, that you do lose sight maybe of the bigger picture. And sometimes, like, even in the playoffs, I know for me, and a lot of teammates I've talked with, like in the playoffs sometimes you're so focused on your individual responsibility and you kind of lose sight of what the biggest picture might be. It's great just to have a little quick reminder. Oh, yeah, this is when we have to make the extra play. This is when we have to literally dig deep to every single thing that you have left to give, because there's not a tomorrow if you don't do it. And so you might think that or assume that that's what you feel like, but sometimes I'm just telling you, you get so prepared, you get so lost in the individual matchups that you forget about the big picture. And it's okay to think about the big picture in those moments because, like in the regular season, you probably don't want to do that. You don't want to think too far down the road. But in a game when if you lose, you go home, it's okay to visualize that. So I actually like that a lot.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot as well. Shout out Coach Bob Starkey. Again, it's not just Coach Mulkey. It's not just Angel Reese. There's an entire team, entire staff that makes these things come true. Now, when we get back, we got our guy Hold the Mail that I'm about to call here in a minute. But last thing on the Pelicans, Jake, don't look now. Winners of 4 in a row, up to the 8th seed.
Yeah.
A game behind the 6th seed.
Yep.
Game and a half behind the 5th seed. Just beat the Clippers, who are the 5th seed. Half a game in front of Lakers and the Thunders. 1.5 games in front of the 11th seeded Mavericks. And the Mavs look like they're falling apart, dude, which I kind of love because I'm not really a Kyrie fan.
How many things do you hate?
What?
How many things do you
I
hate?
hate Dallas, too. Yeah, Dallas can get on the hate list, too.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Dallas?
They just think they're so tight, dude. Absolutely, Dallas. Dallas, you suck, too. Dallas, L.A.
What cities do you
I
like?
hate Nashville.
Outside of Louisiana. You hate Nashville. You hate Atlanta.
Yeah.
You hate L.A.
Yeah.
You hate Dallas.
Yeah.
Where's Houston? How do you fall in Houston?
Oh, Houston's cool. I like Houston. Houston's chill. Houston's cool as hell, dude.
That's the first one.
They got a great, like, melting pot culture. They have very interesting cuisine.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Houston.
Okay.
Houston's straight.
There's one. Can you give me another?
I mean, I know nothing about Denver. I feel like I like Denver. I feel like Denver would be tight to live at.
Yeah, it is.
No, San Diego.
If you got hate in your heart, get it out. San Diego, you don't have. I mean, don't.
I'm a little jealous of San Diego weather-wise.
That's fair.
Certainly, but that's kind of all of California, I suppose.
Well, people don't understand the makeup of San Diego unless you've been in it. And I think a lot of our listeners who were military or lived in San Diego, because we actually have a lot, understand that it's got more grit than you think because it is a military town. You got Pendleton, you got Miramar, you got Coronado, all right there.
I mean, anytime you got SEALs running the beaches, you have
San
a lot
Diego's
of
got grit.
That is true.
I don't care. If you
That's
never
fair.
lived there, don't speak on it.
Okay, I get those San Diego in the ambivalent category then.
Thank you.
I like New York City, but I want all their sports teams to lose. But I love New York City.
Okay.
Another
one.
Don't give
We
a damn
found
about their
another one.
sports teams. Yeah.
How do we feel about Boston?
Throw him in the harbor with the T.
Tommy.
Throw him in the harbor with the T, okay? Get Boston the hell up out of here. I'm so tired of Boston fans, specifically Red Sox fans, acting like their lives have been anything but charmed. Like, sure, maybe there was a generation there that sucked, but Boston has literally won every major sport in my lifetime. Okay, they have Stanley Cups, they have World Series rings, they have plenty of Super Bowls, they've got NBA Finals. Like, there is not an easier town to be a sports fan than Boston. Get the hell out of here. I like Chicago. I would love to go to Chicago.
I do like Chicago a lot.
I've never been, but I feel like I would.
Chicago, great sports town.
Yeah, great sports town.
Fantastic sports town.
I like St. Louis.
You do like St. Louis. You do. Chicago.
Salt of the earth.
I know I've said this before, but it amazed me because it's a gigantic city, obviously. You would go there to play the Bears, and when you walk the streets, they know every player on the opposing team.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've also heard
it is
that, like,
wild. I'm like, How do y'all know me? I mean, I know my cousin Devin's a star for you, but how do y'all know, like, I'm a fullback for the Chargers?
One of my boys, I do like the cousin Devin drop in there. One of my boys moved to Chicago, and he described the dating scene where, like, he wasn't that big of a baseball guy, and these girls weren't giving him the time of day because he didn't know nearly enough about the Cubs. he kept striking out there, and he had to get his Cubs knowledge up. All right, when we get back, time for a little spread lines with the guy. Hold the mayo. Keep it locked. OTB.
OTB, OT. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana.
Hannigriff, join us for the Monday edition of Hanny Time. We recap the NCAA tournament plus LSU's 3-game set with the University of Arkansas. Hanny Time, noon weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria. Spreadlines with Devin Snow, a.k.a. Hold the Mayo. Presented by DraftKings.
Okay. Damn, step all over me there. What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB, where we got our guy, Devin Snow, a.k.a. Hold the Mayo, atmsports.com/shop. Dev, I have an official ruling on my appearance at Friday night at Hogs. Are you getting excited? That is this Friday, correct?
That is this Friday, man. Biggest day of the week, no doubt.
And you're going to be there, correct? You're very excited, right? It's going to be incredible?
Yeah, I'm going to be there only Friday, too, because I got to go to a bachelor party Saturday morning early. So, yeah, I'm leaving it all on the field. Come this Friday.
Well, Dev, unfortunately, I'm going to need you to leave it out there for me as well.
Oh no!
I know.
Oh no!
I know. I really I cannot tell you the amount of pain that it gives me to have to declare this. Because Hogs is literally the one weekend that I look forward to more than any other over the entire year. The Friday nights especially are the greatest times I've ever had in my entire life, quite frankly. And
I feel like somebody's breaking up with me right now.
I know.
Dude.
Well, I feel like I'm going through a breakup. I can't make it. I am a coach of my daughter's T-ball team, and we have a T-ball game on Friday, and I had to miss the first one for my brother's engagement. Second one got rained out. We had to go to Monroe this last week, and we missed. I got to go. And so, unfortunately, everybody going out to Hogs, I wish I could be there. I need you all to party your faces off throughout the night, raise money, eat meats, do it with me and your heart. I am there in spirit, but unfortunately I can't be there physically.
I think you did enough last year to where this is okay.
T, you missed a game where you're the coach just to go to Monroe?
Birthday party, bro. I told you.
Did you make a commitment to a team? You're a coach.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I'm an assistant.
Oh,
coach.
I don't know about this, team, man. This is Deb. I don't know about this, Deb.
Yeah, you're right. No, I should have. So okay. So I should have told my wife. You're right. I should have been like, look, I know y'all had to drive up there for work on Thursday. Yep. I'm staying Friday so I can coach the T-ball kid that our team's down there. Oh, you want help with the kids? Nah, sorry, babe. I got to coach this T-ball team. You kidding me? You want me to get my balls cut off sooner than I got it scheduled for?
Bro,
okay,
when
I got
you
it
make a
scheduled
commitment,
for in May, okay?
It's the whole family making a commitment.
No, son.
Hey, birthday party, I'm sorry. I love you.
I'm giving up Hogs for T-ball. What more do you want?
Yeah, and I think that your performance at Hogs, like if you missed the T-ball game and your performance, it would be so it would be such a knockout performance to where it would look bad.
Yeah, it would look bad. No, exactly. I skipped my daughter's T-ball game that she was so excited about to come here and roll my face off. So it's
to pass out on hay and all that. Yeah.
Man. But this is only going to be. Scott Dice says T-Bob took off his sunglasses. I think we'd see a tear. Absolutely, Scott. You're not wrong. I am guaranteeing though, is only a 1-year deal. I'm not allowing this to happen again next year. But you fly so close.
I think
this is what I said.
So I didn't. I've never had the opportunity to go. But I think I'm going to try to next year. My wife won't be pregnant, and I think we're going to try to go.
Yep.
I think
the best, dude.
Yeah, I think we need to try. I mean, y'all talk it up so much. I think that we would thrive in that situation. So I think we need to go at least one day, at least Friday, right?
Yeah, I love
how what I love about marriage is, like, not that I know anything about it, but, like, what I love about marriage is that, like, it makes you plan, like, years ahead.
It does, Dev.
Kids in marriage,
Dev,
absolutely, bro.
There's no dude. I'm about to have baby number 5, Dev. I've got to make sure that I've got babysitters like at least minimum 3 months in advance.
Well, and marriage
3
is,
months.
Dev, it's just like I don't know, like managing an investment portfolio or something, right?
Right.
If I want to, I have to make sure that I'm depositing on time what I need to be in order to maybe take some out when I need a little spinning cash or something to have fun with later on, right? So, I'll build up deposits over the next year to where my argument as to why I can go and get irresponsibly inebriated for 24 hours straight is an unassailable position of superiority. And never forget, it is all for the kids. Much like dreams come true here today, Hogs for the Cause also helps kids and their families battling awful situations by giving them housing. So it really is all for a great cause. All right, I didn't mean to take all the time there.
Can I get to – I got my own spread line that I've been saving just for Dev.
Okay, yeah, what do we got?
Before he gets there.
Okay.
Dev, I got to get your thoughts on this, okay? So there's a bill in California right now they're trying to pass. The bill would ban the sale and manufacture and distribution of certain foods containing chemicals linked to health concerns. And one of those foods that would be banned in the state of California, Skittles. No more Skittles in the state of California, Dev. So what is your thoughts on the state of California trying to ban Skittles?
It's just like, I just want to know, like, what the research was to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's such a California move, man. Like, going back to those cities that T-Bob despises. I agree with you, bro. Like, I love San Diego. I've been to San Diego. It's beautiful. But, like, when it comes to L.A., like, that's what you get. You know, you get a Skittles ban.
Yeah, exactly.
You can no longer taste the rainbow in California.
Now, I have heard this not even that long ago that they did like some, some case on Skittles, and they're supposedly like absolutely like horrible for you, you know? But it's like at this point, it's like, dude, I'm 30, you know, like I've already eaten like thousands and thousands of bags of Skittles, man. Like, you know, I'm not going to just stop now.
Who hasn't had a Skittle stuck up their nose? I mean, everything, you know?
God, that sounds awful.
Right. Wait, put Skittles in the drink and just for no reason. Just drink with Skittles in it, you know?
When you eat Skittles, do you go one at a time or do you go handfuls at a time?
Oh, handfuls.
Right, you got to, right?
Yeah, I go handfuls.
Dev, what about you?
I think as I got older, I started cherishing each one more.
Okay.
Wow, you know?
Okay. Take your time with it. I get it.
Yeah, just being a savage and throwing them all in your mouth, like, you know, I start thinking about like heartburn and just different things. So I just try to enjoy each one. And it's not like Skittles for me. Like, I don't hate any of them, you know, like I don't hate any of the flavors. I like them all.
All right, so other spread lines we got here, Dev. Is this 150 Mondays in a row for RB&R Day?
It is. Why are you skipping that Blockbuster headline, bro?
Oh, you don't no. Time out. I pick and choose at random. I pick and choose at random here. I want to get what I think is the most important to hear in. And 150 Mondays in a row is incredible.
No, it's going to be a great day, man. I think I'm going to go sit somewhere nice, like, you know, like white tablecloth and just sit down and just take it in. Yeah, I think that's what and I got my check engine light on, so I can't go nowhere far anyway. So.
Okay, so what is – you're right, though, Dev. I am guilty of skipping this. I didn't understand it. What is Blockbuster?
Wait, who doesn't have their check engine light on?
Fair, very fair.
I mean, I don't know anybody that does.
Jake stays with his on for sure.
I do.
I'm in like a 6-month period to where like I keep getting it fixed and it keeps coming on, bro. It's just not looking good, man. It's just not.
Wait, Dev, what is this Blockbuster suspense? What are we even talking about here?
Okay, so if you go to Blockbuster, first of all, I remember when you told me, hey, Dev, you got to let go. You know, this is probably maybe about a year ago because I kept talking about Blockbuster, and I always have, man. Like, I probably talk about it once a week.
Yeah.
But, if you go to Blockbuster.com right now, the first thing you're going to see is the Blockbuster logo that says, we are working on rewinding your movie.
No. I don't trust it. I don't trust it for a second, Dev. I did a little cursory research into this, like when they came back on social media a few months ago, and it all felt – I think it was all a giant, like, NFT scam eventually. I think Blockbuster is going to try to create some sort of old school Blockbuster, but in the non-fungible landscape. Again, you are chasing a dragon that is dead and buried, Dev. It's not coming back. It's just NFTs.
Yeah, but his wing, the dragon's wing, is sticking out of the dirt right now.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
No.
And that's what I've been waiting on. And,
Yeah.
and here we are.
Yeah,
So,
but the problem is it's going to come back as some putrefied zombie dragon with pox-ridden skin melting off of its bones. It is not the dragon that used to be so healthy and vibrant that you loved so much as a child. Trust me, Dev. Do not open your heart here. Blockbuster has nothing to give you. I'm telling you, bro.
Well, dude, man, you got hate in your heart. Let it out, T.
I'm
Really
trying to protect him. I'm trying to protect him because it's not fair that somebody is out here using the good name of Blockbuster to play on our emotions like this when they just kind of try to get us some stupid like NFT scheme. I'm telling you.
Okay, so would you drop Netflix to do business with Blockbuster if they did come back in whatever form?
No, for like a streaming service, absolutely not. Why would I? Netflix is superior to Blockbuster. Like, why do I need Blockbuster to stream stuff?
Because I feel like Netflix's flaw is you can't find anything.
I mean, it is packed. There's way too much crap on there.
Yeah, it's like being in a Walmart. You know, there's just so much going on. You know, so like maybe like Blockbuster, whatever. I mean, I won't spend too much time on it, but it's nice to see that they're thinking about us while we're thinking about that.
Look, maybe they can come back with a streaming service that is truly only blockbusters. You look only like the 80s, 90s, 2000s mega movie theater hits. How about that?
Right.
And they have like their own niche.
So I
T-Bob.
love that I like that from an idea standpoint. I would imagine the licensing on that would get insanely expensive.
But you're not making new series. You're not making new movies.
No, I agree. So
you're
put
saving,
any production
you're putting that
costs
money
into
there.
that. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, I don't hate that. No, you know what I want, guys? I want a physical retail space. How about that?
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
at a time when you got Gen Z kids running around with disposable cameras and all this old school, they like analog, all this old school technologies come back. Okay, well look, now granted, I don't know if Louisiana has a city that has the population that could support it, but like a big city, a hipster place should be able to make a physical location rental video rental store work. Okay, so now I don't know, but here's the issue though. Deb, do you have a DVD player?
Actually, I do, man.
Oh,
It's set up,
okay.
it's hooked
Okay.
up. Yeah. I'm that guy though. You know, like when the 4K movies came out, I went and bought like a ton, like 100 4K movies. So,
hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's just the way I am.
I had
like
one until I bought the PS5 discless, and then I realized that got rid of the last DVD player. Like I have no way to even play DVDs or VHS or whatever I can rent. Do you, Jake? Does y'all's Xbox play DVDs?
I've got the old Xboxes that when the boys got Beyonce and got a new one, I still have the old ones, and so I'd have to go get it out of the closet, but we have that technology.
So the point is, like, there's even such a physical limitation at making the physical rental space work again because, like, you don't even have the way to play the movies.
Well, it would probably be like you got a digital code. Like you'd walk in, which kind of doesn't even make sense because why would you go to get a digital code?
So that's where maybe that's where you just got to make the like put a little cafe in there or something, or make the I don't know, man. It's look.
There was still a video store. It wasn't a Blockbuster. There was still a video store. This is probably 2013. My in-laws lived in Topeka, Kansas, and there was still a video store. That's the last one that I've been into. 2013. I can't update you past that, but there was still hanging on in 2013. That's been a long time, guys. 10 years.
Where was
that's
this?
About the same.
Topeka,
that's about the
Kansas.
same year. Yeah, that's about the last year that I've been in a video store, and it was in Baton Rouge. It was FYE, bro.
Shout out FYE.
Man, what a time, bro. What a time.
There actually is a new store. It's not exactly like an FYE, but there's a store called Second and Charles. There's a bunch of them, I guess. It's a national chain, and it's part bookseller, but it is like a part like movie, DVD. It's got a little bit of an FYE type vibe. I went in there the other day. It wasn't bad. But
bro, does nobody work in Baton Rouge on Mondays? Like the amount of people at this country club is nothing short of spectacular.
Jake literally just said the same thing to me. I think, okay, so as someone, we have called a lot of these charity golf tournaments, Deb. I think it's two things. I think you got a lot of business owners, right? So obviously the big dogs can take off because that's everybody who's here. And then you got employees underneath them. So if your boys are the boss, maybe you did really well. Like Like,
Right.
you know, maybe you're a son of the boss. There's like a few different avenues in which you can find yourself on these golf tournament teams. But it definitely is like the cushy, like, you want to make sure the Brown knows your boss if he sponsors a tournament to try to get on a team so you don't have to work on Monday.
Oh, they rocking.
And you spend
They
6
rocking
hours.
the Indiana Jones boots. Look at them. Come on. Yeah. Full pair.
What else? What else on Spreadlines here? We got
The PSP dropped 18 years ago today.
Shout out. Love to go PSP. God, we used to play it on the plane. We'd put a couple doll hairs on it, play a little NBA, PSP, because you could.
Oh, you could like
play
do like local, like play against each other.
You can play against each other.
Play against each other. That's right.
Me and Malcolm Floyd had some battles on the team playing NBA
2K on the PSP.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
What the hell? That's awesome.
Dude, the PSP had a lot of potential, man. It really did.
They still do they still sell like current PSPs?
So the thing about the PSP is like, to me it was
Switch.
Yeah, Switch would be closest, I guess. PSP was awesome because it was like, oh my God, it's like having a PlayStation, but like on the go. But then you kind of realize that I don't think you need all that on the go. Like, there's a reason why Nintendo DS is the second highest selling console of all time, because the handheld sometimes just simple works better.
Yeah.
I thought, I remember playing God of War on the PSP and being like, oh, this is cool, but also like it's kind of a lot. Like, I just want something that I can drop it. Give me Tetris. Give me Tetris over
That's your
NBA
vanilla
2K.
ice cream pepperoni pizza take right there.
Bro, that's because Tetris is like a perfect game.
Such a good-looking console, though. So slick. It was perfect, man. It really was.
I had the PSP Go. I never had the original. I had the Go where it like popped up or whatever, and I thought it was going to change my life, and I ended up not actually playing it that much, man. Sucks.
Yeah, me neither. I really like. Jacob said plane. Like, I just remember playing it like on a plane, and then I feel like I never really played it again.
Yeah,
that
I'm
was
with
good.
you. Shout out to the Pels we just talked about then. Last one thing, John Wick 4, Dev. I still have to watch 2 and 3 to catch up, but the reviews have me very much in to John Wick 4. I'm also very much into this new Dungeons & Dragons movie, which is reviewing great. Makes me very happy.
Well, just on John Wick 4, I read something this morning. Keanu Reeves said 380 words in John Wick 4. He made $15 million. That's $39,473 per word.
Fair.
Whoa.
Fair. But Keanu Reeves' performance is not defined by dialogue in those movies.
No, it's not.
His physical performance is unbelievable. Go watch Keanu Reeves' training videos and everything that he does to get ready for these movies, and you are witnessing a master at his craft when it comes to creating action.
Yeah, no, he did 90% of the stunts. Like, yeah, this dude's the real deal, bro. Like, Keanu needs to be in the same conversation as did Jackie Chan do all his stunts or no? Like, he needs to be in that combo.
Jackie Chan very famously does all his stunts. I want to say Jet Li did probably as well. Tom Cruise obviously does. But yeah, no, look, there's a reason why these are the biggest action stars of our age, because it looks real, because it is like they are actually doing it and can do it, and they carry themselves with the confidence. Go watch the dojo fight scene between Morpheus and Neo in the first Matrix movie. That took 3 months to film because that's how perfect they were trying to get it to look, and it still holds up as being just unbelievable to this day. So, yes, I'm very much in on John Wick 4. I'm very much in on the vampire Keanu Reeves.
The vampire.
Yeah, I was just kind of thinking, man, like, I wish more big old celebrities like that, like Keanu Reeves, Tom Cruise, I wish they box. Like, I want to see Keanu Reeves box Tom Cruise, like, that would be freaking, like, electric, bro. Like, that's what I want.
That is that is very West Bank of you, I feel like. I wish these guys could box. Put them in a ring.
I'm looking at both of y'all's computers right now. T-Bob has an Apple, of course, and then Jacob's got a Dell. I mean, the two things have not described two people.
Okay. Time out. I'll have you know that this Dell is actually the works. It's a company's Dell. And, of course, companies go with
of course,
Dell.
you've got an Apple. I got the work Dell just over here.
Is a
white collar
2018
T-Bob over here.
Cheapest Apple you could get, and I'm about to have to upgrade though, dude. It's done. Apple's ruined it. They've decided that my technology is too old, so they purposely made the operating system too big to where it just shuts down now.
Yeah, dude, a Mac is like $4,000, bro. It is hard to even like.
No. In 2018,
Well,
I got this,
you got them for $600 a piece.
Yeah, exactly. I got this for $1,300 back in.
Bro, you can't keep one of those you were giving away for yourself.
I know. I should have.
Come
I'm a
on,
freaking
man.
idiot, dude. I also should have sold all my NFTs. Speaking of Blockbuster, NFT Bob is back. No, hey, Dev, have a great day, man. Huge, massive congrats. 150 Mondays in a row. So perfect that it's on Hogs Weeks. I hope you have the best time on Friday. I'm so bummed I can't be there with you. You have a great day, Dev. Thank you so much, man.
All right, thank y'all. Y'all take care. I appreciate it.
See you, Dev.
All right,
Hold
later.
the mayo. Devin Snow, htmsports.com/shop.
I love we're on location. We have a guest because we do it through calling them and dialing up the phone or whatever. It's great technology, but I love that we get the old school like hang up.
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah.
I wish they could replace that sound with just like an audio recording of like a click, like a click clack, like when you used to like really hang up the phone.
Yeah.
When we get back, more OTB. Keep it on.
OTB.
All-Star.
All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.com. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge?
Baton Rouge. Look, man, you already know I am obsessed with All-Star Toyota. That's why I got the Murdered Out Mini there, which, of course, I was only able to get because I custom ordered for me. And you know what, All-Star, honestly, Jake, knowing me better than I knew myself, I didn't even know that black wheels would be an option. So I went, I want black exterior, I want black interior. My boys threw on the black wheels. And it's perfect. And it made the Murdered Out Mini the car of my dreams. And then I've been in a Camry for 3 years now that I've been loving. I never would have expected to. So get your vehicular answers at All-Star Toyota.
Yeah, if you're buying, leasing, or even just renting, they've got all the answers. Full fleet is available in all three of those processes. You're not going to find that anywhere else. Check them out online today, All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Hey, it's Matt Musso. Join me Monday through Friday for your daily update on LSU baseball with Musso at the Box, presented by New Orleans Flooring. Wherever you get your podcast, Apple, Spotify, Google, and check out New Orleans Flooring. 2 locations, Metairie and Prairieville, or NOLAFlooring.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, Anytime, Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
It's Hunt. Join me for a Monday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show, recapping what went down in Greenville for the Lady Tigers, and how about a weekend at the box, Tigers and Hogs, plus the Final Four. Hunt Palmer Show, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Okay, we're gonna have to go short here, obviously, because we had so much fun at the beginning of the hour and we went long. I'll get to a couple questions in chat real quick. Thoughts on the Mac Lindsay? Thoughts on the new upcoming Nicolas Cage's Dracula movie called Renfield? Yeah, it's got Nicholas Hoult as Dracula as assistant, Nick Cage as Dracula. I love all of those elements, but let's be painfully honest about the Nick Cage experience. Is that while we love Cage and his energy remains undefeated, his movies can be hit or miss, and I think the preview looks okay, but I don't know that it seems like a guaranteed winner to me. I'm at Jake.
I don't know what misses you're talking about.
I mean, Ghost Rider is not good. I don't know that thousands of Nick Cage movies that I didn't see because they reviewed horribly or don't have any fanfare. Look, he likes to work.
I don't let other people decide for me. I go see them.
He makes the joke in Math. There's no way you've seen all Nick Cage's movies.
Call my wife right now.
Literally impossible. You've seen all the major ones. There is no way you've seen Nick Cage's full filmography.
Go ask my wife right now off the top.
I don't believe her.
I'll say this. I've seen it. I know at least 90% of them.
I will say I'm about the that D&D movie. I thought the same thing when I saw the trailer. I was like, there's potential here. It could also be a disaster, and that's reviewing well to the point where I'm like, okay, now I'm definitely going to go see it. If Renfield comes out with good reviews, I'll absolutely go see it because I like a lot of elements of the trailer for sure. All right, when we get back, let's do a little Ask the Bench. Close it out.
OTB OT. Our listeners fire up their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Monday's AFR, presented by Relief Windows. We'll recap the LSU weekend series against Arkansas, and the football Tigers have a big weekend out on the practice field. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB Ask the Bench. Brought to you by Cole Kurzweil, Visit Your Children, Blue Moon, Light Sky, Citrus Sweet. Hey, Jake. Shout out Jerry's. Remember little Jerry's back in the day?
Yeah.
Our boy turned 21 over the weekend. Hell yeah, Jerry's.
Yeah, we were.
Happy birthday, bro.
I don't remember why we were talking about him in the studio the other day. We were like, what's he up to now? Like, because y'all had him on the show, I think, back in the day.
Yeah.
And 21 years old now.
21 years old. We're getting old, man. That's how it makes me feel, for sure. All right, Ask the Bench. Brought to you by, again, Cole Kurzweil, Visit Your Children, Blue Moon, Light Sky, Citrus Wheat. Favorite John Wick action sequence? I don't know him well enough. I still think about the club fight, and the first one stands out to me for sure.
I hadn't seen. The fourth one, I believe, is on digital. I'm gonna check it out pretty soon.
Ask the Bench. Where's the LSU Final Four watch party at? I need to get time. I am interested in doing something like this. I need to get time on the game first, and then we can get into that. Ask the Bench. What was Nick Cage's first ever movie?
I don't know what the first one was. The first one I remember is Peggy Sue Got Married. That came out probably mid-'80s, 86, 87 maybe.
Huh. I don't even know if I remember what my first Nick Cage movie was.
Mine was Peggy Sue Got Married.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't think I can get it. Ask the Bench. Has Mario ever thought about doing cheeseburger mukbang videos? I've gone into some weird holes in the internet learning what mukbang is, and it's awful. It's just people eating super unhealthy amounts of stuff. And apparently there's like
every portion
you would
that.
loathe it. But apparently there's a lot of people who like watching it on the internet to either live vicariously through them, maybe judge them. But yeah, Mario, if you really just want to sacrifice your health and your life and your mental well-being, but like you want views, start doing burger mukbangs. Ask the Bench, what's your preferred roast from Starbucks? I always get Pike, but I don't know why.
I get Pike too.
I have no idea if there's something else is better. I've just always gotten Pike. Who's going to win the NCAA men's and women's national championship? South Carolina on the women's side.
UConn on the men's
and
side.
UConn on the men's. Ask the bench, odds of LSU winning Natty in baseball, women's basketball, and football in the same year. So this does raise a good point, which is the year twos for Scott Woodward's big hires, Jake, have just been incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, basketball now in the Final Four, baseball ranked number 1. Excuse me, in the year 1 for Kelly was really good. Year 2 seems like it's going to be really good for Kelly.
Heading into year 2, transfer portal, crushed it.
Yeah.
Recruiting, crushed it. Got your quarterback back. I mean, everything's trending in the right direction. You did lose Jamar Cain to the Denver Broncos, and we'll certainly probably get to that more tomorrow. Sean Payton, chill, bruh.
I know.
What are you doing?
I hate
chill
that,
out.
You're kind of
God, you didn't like LSU players. Now you're stealing coaches. You blocked coaches before.
Yeah.
You bum.
Yeah. You are the reason why Ryan Nielsen is now the Atlanta DC. Ask the bench, what's more likely to happen? T-Bob telling us the real story on Hogs for the Cause or the 2011 National Championship game. Here's the deal. I've told you all the real story in the 2011 game multiple times. I will never tell the real story of Hogs for the Cause. So I can answer that for you right now, bro.
That's a great one, but you ain't going to know it.
Y'all have a great day. We love you. Shoes making the dreams come true. DCTofLA.com. Go donate today. We'll see you tomorrow back here on Off the Bench.
OTB OT.
All right, never forget, I want to remind you to go to Patient Plus Urgent Care, patientplusuc.com, and you will see the difference when you go to Patient Plus. I mean, honestly, y'all, just looking at Patient Plus, it is, like just the facilities themselves are going to blow you away, right? And that's before you even get in the excellent doctors, nurses, everybody else is going to help get you right. But for life's unexpected moments, they're all throughout the city. Get in, get better. Patient Plus Urgent Care.
Yeah, there's going to be a location as always convenient for you in the Baton Rouge area. So no matter where you're at, no matter what happens, right? Because, look, things do happen. Stitches happen. I got 4 boys. I know all about that. You probably do as well. You can go to patientplusuc.com, book that appointment online. Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic. Get in and get better.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
I had to leave my parents. I had to move schools. I don't know anyone here. Everything keeps changing. Why is this happening to me? I'm sure glad you're here.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been